podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to The Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Hey, Daddy, this is Dollar Beat.
BoxingVoice.com. No matter what nobody say, man, Spirit, can't nobody fuck with me, man. You know, I can't be fucked with, you know.
Dollar Beyonce Productions.
Whether you pay to see me win, or you pay to see me lose, you're gonna pay. Fuck it, your kids still gotta eat. I don't have to watch, you know, any footage of a fighter. I mean, because I'm Floyd Mayweather, everybody gotta watch me. I knew eventually I was gonna have to fight Oscar. I feel like he was straight up and down, no special effects. BoxingVoice.com. How can Canelo have the biggest deal? Your deal is for $300 million, and I made $350 million just in one fight. And you're fighting on the app. BoxingVoice.com. I'm a king, okay? I eat a feast. Every time I eat a feast. And when I get up from the table, I don't give a fuck who get the leftovers. At the end of the day, follow my green print.
Dollar Beyonce Productions.
BoxingVoice.com.
Good morning, TBV, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another morning edition with the Boxing Voice Radio. It is Wednesday morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, and don't forget to light it up, light it up, light it up. We about to talk some boxing, and it looks like Floyd Mayweather's back in the news, but he's interjecting his prospect, Rolando Romero, who normally doesn't get much publicity. I think he's most known for his sparring with Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis. And it seems like Floyd, for some time now, has desperately been trying to get him a shot. Why not just go up the rankings like everyone else? I don't know. But he wants him to skip the line. So we're going to give you all the details. Because yesterday, an interview dropped on FightHype.com, and Floyd Mayweather to Ryan Garcia said, stop ducking Rollie. Stop ducking Rollie. We offered you that fight last year. And I think there's some details from that offer of last year that people might have overlooked and maybe thought Floyd was being too shrewd of a businessman. But this is what we're talking about this morning. Floyd telling Ryan to chill. This all stems from Ryan telling most of this generation's fighters, like, why they trying to be like Floyd, you know what I mean, with the shoulder roll. So this is what we're talking about. If you're interested, you know the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 one time. Voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. Don't forget to add Nestor Gibbs on Skype. Let's head on out to the co-hosts from around the globe.
I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lynch the conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody like me. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from there. There's no one that can match.
Chill. Buenos dias. Get that cup of coffee ready if you're across the pond and tea is what you fancy. Get that ready. Yeah, we talking about a couple of things that kind of like, you know, it kind of excite me, but at the same time, it kind of lures me back into the fantasy world. Like you just mentioned this, why don't you do it like everybody else through the rankings? But I'd be much interested because of the sparring. So, yeah, I can't wait to kick it on this subject, man. What up, Cash?
It's me, Mario.
It is me, Mario. And we are here again with you. And we're going to break this topic down. This is actually something, like Ness said, that had been talked about before with the potential Rollie match. I have my opinions on what I think about the sparring, what I think about the $200,000 bonus offer that we'll get to in a minute from the Floyd Mayweather side of things to fight Rollie, offered to Ryan Garcia, that is. And we'll chop it all up because I definitely have an opinion or two.
What's up, man? Yeah, I just want to say I saw a fight too.
Stay focused, stay working my dad. You know my fundamental. As you saying, right? Boxing voice.
Because if he comes to fight, then I'm gonna have to look for him.
I saw the fight too.
I think you accurate.
Yep, yes. Good morning, everyone out there on the Patreon world. Floyd Mayweather and other promoters have shown me how to promote my fighter that's not even on the rankings. Let's make noise. Let's present them now while the grass is high and the landscape is on around to cut that grass. So Rollie, Rolando, what's his last name?
Romero.
Now we know. Rollie Romero. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the topic of today. Let's get it.
So wait, you didn't know, you never heard of Romero before?
I have heard of him. I actually ran into him. I actually asked him about Ryan Garcia in Texas with Earl Spence versus Mikey Garcia. And he was like, man, I ain't even talking about that dude. I was like, yo, but that dude brought your attention to me. You know what I mean? By Instagram. And he was like, nah, that ain't the dude, man. He's a PUSSY and all this other shit. I got it on video. I'm going to send it to you.
Damn,
so I know who he is.
Got the church exclusive.
Got the exclusive on the cell phone in Texas.
Oh. Well, all right. So I guess I heard Mario say he had his opinion. Where you at with it, Marioski?
Listen, first of all, as far as the sparring goes, sparring is sparring. Okay. The kid was 18 years old. It doesn't prove a lot to me. Both of them look very talented. But as far as the offer itself of a $200,000 fight bonus for Ryan Garcia from Floyd Mayweather to fight Rollie, plus if he wins, he gets a title shot at Tank Davis. Now, I don't know if Tank's agreed to that, so that's kind of a weird thing to offer. But I will say that this is completely ludicrous for Ryan Garcia to even attempt to think about this. 2 points I'm going to make ultimately that really support my whole case here. One, Ryan Garcia is on a runaway train. He is on a runaway train that at some point is going to blast off into a rocket. And he doesn't need Rollie right now at all. 0% does he need that guy. And as talented as Rollie looks, you know, it doesn't matter. The fight's not the thing, because really, who even wants to see it? I mean, hardcores like us, sure, but to the rest of the world, it's just not even close to ready. The other thing, the point that I want to make is that it's essentially Floyd Mayweather is, you know, doing what he does best, but also kind of showing Ryan Garcia a little bit of credit for everything he's been doing lately to get his name in the buzz. Nobody mistakes Ryan Garcia for a top fighter right this second. You know, most of what we see in him is our projections for the future. If he was a stock, you'd want to buy now because it's lower than it's going to be in a few years. But this is it's an homage from Floyd Mayweather saying, look, you've been doing this. You've been calling people out. You've been saying crazy, nonsensical stuff all over the internet. Now I'm going to use that same type of delivery, that same type of heat to pump my fighter. And I don't blame Floyd. And it's a very smart move.
Doomy, how you receiving this news this morning?
Well, Champ, when I first saw it, like I said, I got excited about it. And then the only thing that I had any, like, I guess, issue, if you want to call it, was like, damn, I know this shit ain't gonna happen like this. Mario made some great points on why it wouldn't. You know, it's like, what the hell I need you for? Like, man, that 250 grand or whatever's being offered is like, imagine if he were to lose, if he was to actually entertain something like this, you know what I'm saying? And Garcia loses, it's like, I took all your shine at the same time. I ain't just take your $250,000 or whatever. I took all your shine. But Rollie, like, you know, I like Rollie. I've always liked Rollie. I think Rollie's a character. I think he should have been pushed a lot more, you know, so that people got to know him. I think the only reason we do know him is because of his personality. But yeah, man, I think Garcia kicks his ass, and that's just my honest opinion. I can't just go by the sparring. Another point that Mario made that I was gonna say is, like, he was a young kid. Ryan Garcia was young, and you still couldn't put a young Garcia away. What makes you think now that with the Canelo treatment, you're gonna wash him? Like, this boy is grown. He got more muscle. He got some new tricks up his sleeve. He's cocky as hell for some reason. They doing something right over there at the Canelo camp. So even if, like, let's say it did happen, or like something like, I can't even be saying it out loud, but like if it were to happen, I put my money on Ryan Garcia. You know, I just think that the development is there now to where, like, if you couldn't put him out in sparring match, because I saw Rollie really trying to like give it to him. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's like, we've been in some sparring matches where, like, you know, it's easy going. Then you got, remember the guys that, like, what was my man's name? The muscle dude that was trying to take me out, and you were like, yo, he trying to take you out. Like,
the UFC dude.
Yeah. And like, you were like, yo, you better start like firing back with the same animosity because he trying to take you out. Like, I don't know what premise there was, you know, on like the beginning of the sparring, like, yo, we just gonna do some rounds, or Rollie just did his usual shit, like, I'm just gonna start beating his ass. Because Rollie's known for this. Like, he sparred Theo before, and he'll tell you, like, he gives some good sparring, but it looked like he was really in for it. Like, somebody told him, like, yo, go beat the shit out this kid.
Yeah.
So, some facts.
Wait. I thought you was gonna ask me my opinion.
I didn't know you was back, man. I checked and you were white boxing it did. What's good? What's your opinion?
Yo, I'm gonna say like this. Sparring, all sparring isn't sparring, and the doghouse sparring, you know, you witnessed it on TV as well as in person. They go at it, you know, and Rollie was in there going at it with a lot of fighters of levels, you know what I mean, of name brand levels, meaning that they are professional way beyond his style of fighting, and he went at it with them. And Ryan being one of those, right? So Ryan also is just sparring. I mean, I don't know much about Ryan sparring, but I'm saying this: they're doing the right thing for both fighters. Rollie is starting to become relevant now in that weight class, and Ryan Garcia is the name to use and put him next to. They're just setting it up. I don't think it's going to be next. It might be 4 fights later down the line, maybe third fight for Rollie or Ryan. I think that it's a good thing that his name is coming out. He's getting to what he needs. He needs recognition, you know, and having Floyd behind him. We know now Ryan ain't going to get that fight. I mean, Rollie's not going to get that fight. But Floyd using his name against Ryan, the very popular Ryan Garcia, all over the Instagram sensation, as well as Floyd Mayweather's Instagram sensation. It's about getting a name reputation right now. And then we go see what he got. He still gets his tune-up fight to shine. Rollie, that is. So Ryan is just name dropping, and we call it clout chasing. It ain't bad to clout chase when you a promoter.
And all right, so all of y'all gave y'all thoughts, and that's what I'm saying. You see, like, Casual went clout chasing, Mario went the route where, like, he does nothing for Ryan, and Doomy, what's your stance? I don't want to put words in your mouth. Like, what's your stance? Like, you don't think it'll ever happen, and that's it? You don't have really an opinion?
Nah, what I said was, you know, you made a good point, like, you know, do it like everybody else through the rankings. I don't see, and Mario too made another good point. So it's like, I'm conflicted if it would happen. I would love for it to happen. I think the first offer was for sparring, and I don't know if there's a second offer now that's for an actual fight. I don't know if this is still like something that would be behind closed doors, because I know Mayweather offered this offer first, and it was supposed to be a sparring match, and pretty much they were like, what the hell, sparring match? No way, you know, the hell.
Look, I don't want to use clout chasing as like a negative. I'm talking about, let's go the word publicity, promoting, you know what I mean, through Ryan Garcia's name. Just the same way that Frank Warren used whose name? Dubois against
Wilder.
It's the same approach. So that's why I said we're learning how to be promoters.
Good callback. Why do I get the feeling like Ness is just about to say something like super crazy?
He's about to drop the bomb.
He's about to like take the hot take.
He lined up the
All right, let's get it, Ness. Go
Well,
ahead.
well, no, you guys still got a chance. I mean, obviously the titles, Floyd is saying Ryan Garcia stopped ducking. No one went the ducking route. Mario is saying, you know, it's not worth it.
So it's not ducking. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're saying it's not ducking. Cool. And and so is Doomy. I mean, so is Enrique. Enrique is saying, nah, it ain't ducking. The other one is clout chasing. Ryan ain't ducking. Ryan, So again, Doomy, you just said it, but I don't hear your stance. Where are you with this?
Well, my stance as far as it happening or not happening, I would say this would be a great fight to happen much later down the line. You know what I mean? Like I'm not against it if it did or it didn't. You know what I mean?
Nah, your stance on it being duck and Rollie.
Him ducking Rollie, absolutely 100% not ducking Rollie.
Yeah.
At this point, like I said, when he was back,
all right. So why is he not ducking Rollie in your eyes? Like, why is it disrespectful for us to believe Floyd when Floyd says stop ducking Rollie? And let me stop saying what Floyd said, instead play what Floyd said, right? Let's see.
You do that? It's what Mario said. What does it do for Ryan? What does it do for Ryan to fight for Rollie?
But how can it not do something? They both started their career in 2016.
But one is ranked and one is not.
And you beat Mayweather's fighter.
Is Romero not ranked? And
I mean, I'm sure he's ranked, but is he top 15?
Okay, that's the angle you want to go. I like that. So then that's why Floyd is sweetening it up. He's saying, and this is what I don't get. This offer came out in 2019 of February. All right, so let's go and jump in the DeLorean. This is February 2019 TMZ.
Let's go, Marty.
Man, Ryan Garcia. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Ryan Garcia said he wants to fight Tank. Well, I'm putting the money up right now. If Ryan Garcia can beat Rollie, I give him $200,000 cash.
Now, stop it right there, though, because everybody remembers it, and this is what I'm saying. I am Nestor the Dissector, and you need me on your team, because we would have picked this money up. Okay, we would have picked this money up. September 2019. Walk with me. Don't jump out the DeLorean. September 2019. That is from the second month to the 9th month. 7 months later, Ryan signed a new deal with Golden Boy. Before that, Ryan was making $50,000. So on February, Floyd Mayweather offered you 4 times what you ever made to fight a dude, okay? Because I don't know how it ain't ducking. He offered you 4 times your purse to fight a dude that has less fights than you, less experience than you, and no name. Plus, he said, you get a $200,000 bonus. See, and I think that's what happened. His manager ain't good. Oscar don't want that work. And they ain't realized that, because he said $200,000 cash, not fight purse, not purse. And I think that's where people got it fucked up. So he's saying, I'm gonna give you $200,000 if you beat. That's cash. Never mind your purse. Never mind your purse. This is a bonus. No, that's that. He ain't never going. Well, Golden Boy did that before. Mario's been covering boxing long enough to know that I think it was James De La Rosa received a $50,000 or $25,000 bonus for the best knockout of the night. So bonuses do exist in boxing. So he's enticing. He said, like Doomy and Enrique said, Rollie ain't known. What does he do? Like Mario said, well, that's why we put in Tank attached to the contract. Let me play revisionist history. Don't jump out the DeLorean. Wilder got a lot of pressure. No, you want AJ, fight Dillian first. No, you want AJ, fight Dillian first. It sounds like Ryan wants Gervonta, fight Rollie first. Difference between Wilder and AJ is I don't got to go to another country. Wilder and Dillian. I ain't got to go to another country. Difference is Dillian ain't signed to Mayweather. Dillian ain't going to give you the clout that Mayweather's fight is going to give you. Mayweather's on TMT with this 2019 offer. But let's go back to the tape.
He can beat who? He gonna fight one of my other fighters who have less fights than he has. He's gonna fight Rollie. Accept the bout with Rollie. I give him $200,000 cash if he beat Rollie.
let's just stop it there because he said again, if he beat Rollie, there's no contracts in boxing that say you get paid if you win. You don't get paid if you lose. So this is clearly a bonus. But again, the managers, the people around his circle either are dumb or too smart because they smart enough to know that was a bonus. And let's not even tell Ryan because maybe they thought he wasn't ready according to the sparring. You see it. We've been showing it. Maybe they thought he wasn't ready.
He was signed already?
Who? Ryan?
Ryan was signed when the offer came.
Absolutely. This audio is from 2019 February. And in September, Ryan re-signed. He got mad and said, yo, I'm tired of getting paid 50. Plus, let me tell you, is Ryan a duck? Maybe not, Enrique. I sent y'all an article on ESPN that states that there was a stop and desist order from Big Bro Floyd Mayweather. This video of Lil Bro Ryan Garcia partying for the 40th birthday hard right after he went online. Right after
Ryan Garcia partying for the 40th birthday? What do you mean?
Partying with the 40th birthday boy Floyd.
Oh, okay.
Right after he was on social media saying, Floyd, you know, you the biggest talker in the room because Floyd came at him for some other Instagram shit, you know. He's like, oh, you just talk, you the biggest talker in the room, you know what I mean? But now all of a sudden, cause Ryan said this, and tell me it ain't a duck. So Floyd says on TMZ, I give you 200,000 bonus if you beat Romero. And so Ryan says, okay, but if I knock him out, or excuse me, okay, but if I win, I need $1 million. Why you pricing yourself out? First of all, this is a bonus. Now you asking for $1 million bonus. You never even got $1 million. You never even got $1 million. Never, ever, ever, ever. I sent y'all all his fight purses. He been getting 50 from the beginning. He just got 250 for the last 2 fights, Fonseca and Duno. And that was after the renegotiation.
You think maybe his team just felt like he wasn't ready, but maybe it wasn't coming from him, you know? Maybe
if your team think you're not ready, you are in the driver's seat. It is a duck. It's just plain and simple. The facts are there, but I'm not done. I'm not done presenting more facts.
Less fights than he has. He's gonna fight Rollie. Accept the bout with Rollie. I give him 200,000 cash if he beat Rollie. Now once he lose to Rollie, I don't want him to ever say Tank name again.
Can't say Tank name. Maybe that's why he said, damn, I can't do that. Because look, just yesterday he was like, Javonta, my son, why are you asking if you could beat me? You should be asking yourself that. It's like you're doing a lot of clout chasing.
Maybe he was just trying to steer him away for Javonta. You know what I mean? Like
who, Floyd?
Yeah.
Okay, but that's the thing. If it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. When Eddie was putting Dillian in the way of AJ for Wilder, I was there. I'm like, Wilder, take that easy money. You could beat Dillian, and then you could get the AJ fight. I'm here right now saying, he giving you a bonus to fight a dude that got less fights than you, that ain't never been under the lights like you, that don't get the attention from his trainer like you, that ain't as tall as you, that ain't as long as you. Man, you better jump on that shit. Plus, in the contract, it's going to say you get a shot at the WBA champ in Javonta. Man, you better jump on that.
Real quick, I get you saying that, but you lost me when you was like, yesterday, he was like, Javonta, my son, think about beating me. Who said that to who?
Ryan said that to Javonta.
Okay, and then another thing, what Doomy brought up, maybe his camp, Reynoso knows when his fight is ready, and maybe
Reynoso wasn't in the picture at that point. When this offer first came, Reynoso wasn't in the picture in February. Reynoso just hooked up with him the last 2 or 3 fights.
It was his dad training him, right?
I couldn't tell you, man. I couldn't tell you.
I mean, I saw him in the garage on the snake bag when I first got a win to him.
You know, and that's what I was going. It's funny you even said snake bag because someone said, I think Abner said it yesterday. Like, bro, all you known for is looking good on a
Cobra bag,
on the Cobra bag. So it's time to step up. Like you just renegotiated your deal. Now you out here getting $250,000 every time you fight. You just renegotiated, but you still ain't fought nobody. You fought someone Tank already fought, but you talking to Tank, calling him your son. He did what you did first. You know, and that's the thing that Mayweather said on this next audio. I didn't clip it there because it's fight hypes and I didn't want to, take it all. But he's like, yo, what's wrong with boxing where these guys are now disrespecting world champs. Like Devin Haney's a world champ. Teofimo's a world champ. Gervonta's a world champ. How you gonna tell them that they not Floyd? They mimicking Floyd? That they not good? They got a world title. What have you done, Ryan Garcia? What have you done? But Floyd re-offered him the offer.
Yes, Pete.
Man, Ryan Garcia.
Wrong one.
And I gave him this offer a long time ago. He's ducking Rollie. All we got to do is do like this. And once again, I'm not bashing young fighters.
Right.
But I speak the truth.
And that's yesterday. That's yesterday. So, you know, I clipped it short enough so you know that he offered him the offer again. He said, you know, I offered him that a long time ago. We could do that again. Does he want the bonus? Obviously now Ryan is getting $250,000. He's probably going to want slightly more, but he's still the A-side. Romero is still unknown. It still should be considered an easy fight. I haven't heard anything about Romero being this, you know, amateur standout, Olympian, I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard anything about that.
I just got struck by an idea. What if it is the build-up for the Gervonta Davis fight? Because Gervonta takes out Leo, let's just say, right? Now he's big against a Mexican-American defeat, right? And Ryan beats Rollie and then yells out, "Strap me up!" You know what I'm saying?
No, but that is the build-up.
The big one, you know, the Tank Davis versus versus Ryan Garcia.
It is the build-up because if he had accepted it, every publication would be saying, if he beats, Mayweather presents an offer to Ryan, beat him, get Gervonta. And that's just the truth. It's just the truth. You know, we've seen this before. Ward had a deal like this. He had 2 easy fights and then Kovalev. That was his deal.
Right.
People have these deals. I have to say that his team ducked this offer, especially when they received the first offer without negotiating it because they received the $200,000 bonus. You had to sit Ryan down and say, bro, this is just 4 times what you make if you win, not the purse that we guaranteeing you. You know, you still gonna get your regular 25, 50,000, whatever he was getting back then. This $200K is on top.
You about to sneeze or what?
Oh, no,
I'm muted.
Go ahead.
Yeah, my bad. I was about to sneeze, bro. Ryan. Oh, God, man. That totally threw me off. Mario, you jump in?
Go ahead.
Now Ryan has to come out because that's the way the world spins in boxing. Somebody says something, now Ryan or Golden Boy Oscar De La Hoya has to come out. Maybe Oscar De La Hoya thought, you know, that 200,000 was too little.
I think that, like,
but that's a bonus. How could a bonus be little?
At this point, look, Ryan back then, I wouldn't have taken it.
Right.
Ryan right now, I take that. Let me get that. Because I believe in this Ryan a lot more than I did in the Ryan before now.
Same.
And I think the development and the body and everything else has come along. You know what I'm saying? We've seen the pictures. We've seen how Ryan Garcia is looking. I would tell him, like, yo, take this quick money real quick. Put this motherfucker in the casket already so they can forget about him with his bullshit sparring. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, wait.
Yo, yeah,
listen,
shit not even supposed to matter. All that shit's supposed to be in-house, kept secret. You know how to
Yeah, no, you're absolutely
7
right.
curse words in 8 seconds.
But I'll tell you this. Look, real quick. I'll tell you this. I don't look. Number one, it really doesn't matter because De La Hoya is not going to allow Floyd Mayweather to put him in a position where it looks like he's promoting his fighter. Like, he's putting him in a position where he's giving him the opportunity, and they don't want to lose what they have. The Garcia camp and the Golden Boy camp and the De La Hoya camp, they don't want to lose what they have in Ryan Garcia, which is a trajectory for a bona fide star regardless of who he fights. That's really what's going to happen. And I'm not saying he deserves that. I'm not saying that's fair, but that's just the truth of the matter is this guy doesn't need Rollie to get to Tank. At some point, he could get big enough that Tank begs for a fight from him. Like, it really could happen this way. So he can just keep going through the same Golden Boy diet and he's still going to end up in the same position that he would have ended up if he were to take some shortcut with Rollie, where he looks like he's not the boss of his own career, where he looks like he's taking Mortal Kombat handouts from Floyd Mayweather. Like, here, come and fight my guy, and then you can get to the boss. Like, this isn't Double Dragon. What's wrong with you right now? Like, what do you think this is, Karate Kid? You're gonna sweep his leg? Like, what are you talking about right now, Floyd? Like, this is crazy.
Real quick, but in reality strikes, right? He is a promoter, and he is gonna offer fights to somebody like Ryan Garcia to promote his fighter and put him in the limelight, number one. So it's not a far reach. Yeah, Oscar may kind of block it by saying, nah, you're not getting the shine off my golden goose, or one of the golden gooses, but geese. But what if it does happen? Because I believe in Ryan more than I did back then, like Doomy used. And what if this is Floyd's way to show his corner work against one of the best corners, Reynoso?
I mean, there hasn't been any official announcement that he's full-time training Romero, but you're right. Most recently, after he's verbalized his interest in, I probably should have said vocalize his interest in being a trainer, he has been training with Romero. Look, man, I don't know if Fight Hype put out this interview strategically and they had it beforehand, or this was a quick call once Ryan took to social media, because Tank, one of Tank followers, posted a picture of the two, right? He and Ryan, and said, who y'all got? So Tank reposted it on Twitter with a quote saying, who y'all got, with the emoji like sarcastic, you know what I mean? Sarcastic emoji. So Ryan quote tweeted that, and he's like, Javon, my son, why you asking the people? You should be asking yourself, So then I guess that triggered Floyd, and Floyd is like, yeah, people show me what Ryan's saying, but like, how's he talking? He ain't got a world title. And look, Ryan is doing what he got to do, but I do think it's time. If February it wasn't the right time, he wasn't with Reynoso, cool, But let's not forget, something is up. Ryan had to be vocal himself to get the deal that he got. Ryan's own promoters took to social media. Don't forget that quickly. Don't be fickle. Remember, Eric Gomez put him on blast. Was like, oh, he don't want to fight Romero Duno because he's too tough on short notice. That's what caused the beef between them. He like, yo, why would you say that? Then they try to blame the Avery Sparrow thing on him, and he comes out again on something like, why you blaming me? Like, I know Avery got a warrant. So Ryan, it ain't like Ryan has been in a good position with Golden Boy anyway. Yeah, he renegotiated. How is he in a better position now with Golden Boy? All he did was fucking twist their arm behind their back. Force them to raise the pay grade. Show them his worth. And get very vocal on social media. Remember, Oscar got vocal. Eric Gomez got vocal. And then, Ryan went ham. So, at the time that he received this initial $200,000 bonus outside of the purse offer, I would have taken it. I'm getting paid $20,000 to $25,000 to $50,000 4 times for a dude I'm already like. Look, we spoke yesterday on Untitled. Film study. Like, there's more nerves with the dude you don't know than the dude you do know. So if I've already sparred you, I'm not afraid, unless you beat my ass, and I know what's coming.
Yeah, look, I hear what you're saying, and real quick too, I want to go back to Enrique's point, because you're absolutely right. That is Floyd's job, and I don't want to knock him for that, and I don't want to come off across like I think it's the wrong move. No, absolutely, Floyd should be doing these things. He should be saying these things. He should be pumping his fighter. You know, he needs that man to get that cred. He needs to build a fighter, and that's the one thing that we don't know if Floyd can do, you know, really well. You know, he's done everything in boxing so well, you know, but does he know how to build a fighter? Not himself as a fighter, not what he brings to the table, because I'm not saying it's easy to build a Floyd Mayweather, because it's not, but Floyd Mayweather Jr. had all of the dynamics necessary to build somebody like himself. So, you know, can you take someone else who's a little more raw, who doesn't have as many attributes as a Floyd Mayweather Jr., and still prop him up correctly? I think this is the way that you do it to some degree. So, yeah, you definitely can't knock him for it. But at the same time, you can't blame Ryan Garcia for not, you know, for not taking the bait, because that's all this really is at the end of the day, is bait. That's all it is.
Would it have been his highest fight, his highest level fight, or high profile fight?
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
So that's what I'm saying. There was a lot on that deal. You know, fight purses, bonuses, world title shots versus Tank. Like, a world title shot is one thing, but versus Tank, that's a whole nother thing. We talking super fight. So I don't know.
I don't know. Look, I don't think
took that opportunity. I
don't think Floyd would have done this.
Who wouldn't? If they offering you 2-fight deal, who wouldn't? Because if you ain't ready now, you gonna be ready later.
Maybe he's not ready, man. Now, after all this reviewing, you know, track record shows, you know, the DeLorean proof says, yo, he ducked him.
Exactly.
Because he's not ready. What Eric Gomez says, it's too tough.
Listen, in 2000,
does he have to be ready right now, though? That's my only thing. Like, does he have to be ready? Like, do we need him to be at his best right this second?
We don't, Mario. We don't. But we have to say that Floyd is telling the truth and Ryan ducked him. We can't sit on the fence and say, oh well, he doesn't need him. Oh well, he. Whatever your excuse is, because Romero had 3 less fights at the time of the offer. If not 4. I'm being generous because he didn't fight till March. The offer was in February. So that means Romero had 4 less fights. That means he was being offered the fight at, like, yo, he was like, yo, come on, man. 7 fights in?
Listen, when I think of this, I think with Floyd Mayweather Jr., could y'all see Floyd Mayweather Jr. being suckered into the same kind of deal where he's going to fight a relative nobody, but then he's going to get XYZ afterwards?
Okay,
like,
Mayweather was a different guy.
De La Hoya, for sure he was a different guy. But that's all I'm trying to say.
But
is
it's Floyd Ryan.
Hold on real quick. Give me like 6 seconds. Once you relinquish that power to carve your own path, you are looked at in that way that it's not your own path. You know what I'm saying? Floyd Mayweather did it himself. Ryan Garcia has every right to do it himself.
Bro, I don't even see how this is an argument. So check it out. We'll do a show. We did a show in the past and literally had this conversation where Ryan isn't ready for the top, right? He's at 35. No, he's telling you in post-fight interviews after doing the best performance he's ever done, he's telling you, I'm not ready for Devin because he's last. Okay? He mentioned Tank, 3rd to last, right? Mm-hmm. He said Linares next, right? He didn't even mention Teofimo Lopez. So we're okay that he's not ready for the top because he's young. Now you're telling me we got to be okay that he's not ready for the bottom because what? He's too popular for them? Come on, bro. You don't want to fight. You don't want to fight Tank. No.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You could get on Twitter and say you want to fight Tank, but they've offered it to you. They've offered it to you. Fight Romero, you get Tank. Fight Romero, you get Tank. So they've offered it to you. So you don't want Tank. You said on the post fight you don't want Haney. You never mentioned Lopez. So now you don't want a prospect. You don't want a champion. You don't want a prospect. Oh, you want former world champions. Oh, you want dudes that's been knocked out. That's what you want. You want Tank to do the work first, then you come beat Fonseca. You want Vasil and Sergio Thompson, a.k.a. Yayo. You want
you
Antonio DeMarco
right now.
You want Antonio DeMarco to do the work so you can beat Linares?
He's ducking Rollie. Hold on, real quick. You're saying that he's ducking Rollie to fight Linares?
I'm next after you.
That makes zero sense.
Oh,
bro.
it makes zero sense?
You really got to check that.
Oh, my God. What's a tougher fight? What's a tougher fight?
What's a tougher fight?
Rollie or fucking Linares, paper mache face?
Oh my God, are you asking me this question?
Bro, do you know Linares got knocked out in like a half a round to fucking Pablo Cano?
You can get it back at the end of the day, Mr. Gibbs.
Bro, I'll never listen. In this argument, you can keep it because Linares has no wins. You can't mention one decent win. You can't mention one.
Linares lost against Gavante, right? Or Lomachenko.
Lomachenko, Pedraza, Pablo Cesar Cano, Sergio Thompson, fucking
lost a better
Antonio
fighter than Rollie's ever
DeMarco.
faced.
Yeah, but what I'm thinking, like how you angled it, and it could be angled and it could get under your skin as a fighter. Like, yo, you don't want to accept the champion. You're not ready. You want to accept the prospect. Like, where is the middle then? Like, what's in the middle is true. It's a strong.
He want old timers.
Point.
He want old timers. That's what Linares is. A dude
that's
worn out.
I would take it with Linares, but he should then say, "Yo, give me Rollie next."
Yo, let me explain. Of course, you would take it with Linares. What do I defend here? That is the traditional way to raise a fighter. Put him in with former world champions, slightly faded. Look at the timelines. 30s to 35s. Get your guy who's 20-something in with the 30 to 35-year-old who's already a former champion, who's already suffered some loss but has the name. That's all Linares is bringing. You telling me that Linares is a tougher fight than Rollie, who's hungry, up and coming, and wants it? Linares is
Floyd
fucking...
in his ear?
Linares never did nothing in boxing. I'm going to stop talking, but I want him to tell me why... What's Linares' biggest accomplishment that has him over here fucking waving the Linares flag?
Who? Me or Enrique?
I didn't wave it.
You, bro. You the only one waving the Linares flag.
No, listen,
I didn't wave that flag.
First of all, let me tell you this, okay? A little Golden Boy history for you. Linares was one of the most heavily recruited fighters out of the Golden Boy stable, with the exception of Figueroa. Okay, and at the end of the day, this guy was a highly touted fighter coming in, and they had big hopes for him. No, he didn't have the chin to withstand his barrage and his style, but he is an excellent fighter. And for you to even pretend like Rollie's in the same league as that guy right now, that's ridiculous. That's first off. But second of all, the point that you make, it's ridiculous. Like, listen to what it sounds like. You're saying that he's ducking Rollie, but the whole point of fighting Rollie is to fight Tank. Now, if you're saying that he's ducking Rollie because he doesn't want to fight Tank, then you're saying he's ducking Tank. He's not ducking Rollie, so it's not a duck for Rollie no matter what. Like, this is crazy. Like, why are we even talking about like he could do anything for him other than Floyd to give him, some magic bag, some swag bag of gifts that comes with a title shot and $200,000. Like, that's great. That's awesome. But that man's going to make $200,000, and he don't need to fight Rollie. Rollie's a backward step for this kid. Okay. And I'm not, and man, you got me feeling like I'm against Rollie or something. You got me feeling like a Rollie hater, but that's not what I am at all. I like the kid. I think he's good. I think he's going to be something, but at this point, he does not need to have Ryan Garcia. Go ahead.
Look,
combo breaker.
I'm going to give you a casual perspective. I went to Linares' fight against Vasily Lomachenko, not knowing who Linares was, or is. I go to the record of Jorge Linares. He's 47 years old. 47 fights with 5 losses, 5 KO'd losses. And then on top of that, all I see for him offering Ryan is experience. And that's what the hardcores are going to put a check mark on.
Enrique, I'm not worthy. Bro.
Yo, he made my point. What are you talking about?
G, bro. His knowledge is top notch. It's getting up there. I don't know what point you talking about. Please don't interrupt me. He just clearly said Linares brings nothing to the table other than experience. He said that, so he didn't make your point. Stop trying to be slick with the words. This ain't a rap.
Well, okay, man. I guess he man, my hearing's going out because I don't remember the part where he said what Rollie brings, because he didn't say Rollie brings anything. So it was experience versus what from Rollie?
Well,
Nada.
Me personally, what I think that Rollie brings is a dog fight. I think Rollie is gonna expose Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia may win. It would be awesome if he knocks him out because Rollie's
Enrique, check your Mac,
reputation-
champ. You must be on Wi-Fi over there with the little whack voice.
Nah, all my kids are online too. But go ahead. I go. I think he brings a dog fight. I think Rollie brings a dog fight is what I'm saying.
I agree, and it could be dangerous for Ryan Garcia. But you know, at the end of the day, again, what does he leave with? Like, you know, he doesn't leave with any real positive from that fight. The only good things from a fight were to beat at that 200,000 and a shot at Tank.
Bro, lead-in fights.
Floyd Mayweather's camp.
Legitimate lead-in fights. Come on, Mario, chill, man. Like, you don't always gotta disagree to disagree. Like, lead-in fights always build the fight. Like, the fact that Ward fought Barrera and I think it was Alexander Brand, it really gave us anticipation for the Kovalev fight. Like, that was part of the contract. Like, lead-in fights, that always does it. Like, this guy's supposed to fight that guy, and and they put him on the same card, and then you get the next fight. Like, that always works. But look, I get it, man. I understand that the true answer is Ryan is or was at that point in time a potential franchise. Time has proven that that is correct. Why? Few months fast forward, he got a elite level trainer. Few months fast forward, he renegotiated his contract. Few months fast forward, another piece of information I ain't tell y'all. Somehow, some way, my man went from 3 million followers last year to he gained another 2.6 this year, because he's at, last I checked, he was at 5.6, and I was reading an article that at the time of the article, he was at 3 million in 2019. So
that's crazy.
You know,
crazy.
He's growing, but he's still 10 on BoxRec and not considered a threat or a favorite versus any of the 135-pound champions. So if the world and the pundits think you're not ready for Devin and Teofimo Lopez and whoever's the other third, Gervonta, then what's wrong with Rollie? Like, who are you ready for? Oh, the old guys. The guys that, you know, they might quit on a stool because they're just tired of getting beat up. I get it.
That's where you lose me right there. See, that right there is where you lose me. I don't get the logic there. Like, there would be no reason to fight Rollie without the 200,000 in the Tank fight, right? So if he doesn't want to fight Rollie without those things, that's completely understood. I don't think anybody here would argue that there's no reason to fight Rollie without the incentives. So if he's not ready for those incentives, then it's not that he's not ready for Rollie. It's not that he doesn't want to fight Rollie. I mean, he doesn't want to fight him, not because he's scared, not because he thinks he's going to lose, but because it's a unilateral step. I mean, it's a backward step.
So let me get this in layman's terms. You're saying he's not ducking Rollie. He's just not ready for Tank. So if he takes the Rollie fight and wins, then he has to take the Tank fight. That's what you're saying?
Basically, I mean, essentially, I'm not saying that he's scared of Tank. I'm saying that if he's ducking anyone in this situation, I don't think he's ducking anyone. I've already made that clear. But if he's ducking anyone in this situation, based on your logic, it's Tank, because the only reasons to fight Rollie were for the incentives, and if he doesn't want the incentives, then he doesn't need Rollie. You know what I'm saying? It's one hand feeds the other.
I'm just bringing it to the light because everybody likes to pocket watch for certain divisions.
Sure.
And if my man was making 25,000, 50,000, and they offered him 200K bonus, not fight purse, plus a title shot attached to a fighter you've been calling out as early as yesterday. Like, I could literally screenshot or screen share his Twitter showing you where he calls Gervonta his son. So it's like, what do you mean he's not ready? Like, again, Maybe you said he wasn't ready for Tank back then, and that's why he ducked the Rollie fight. But what about right now? You calling Tank's son?
So you think he is ready for Tank then? Or you think he thinks he's ready for Tank?
He thinks he's ready. He said...
Okay, if he thinks he's ready for Tank, why wouldn't he think he's ready for Rollie? You get what I'm saying there?
Exactly.
It's
so then why not take it? Why not take it? Why not take it?
These young guys really fighting other young guys anyway.
Yo,
man.
let me ask you something. Let's do this the same way they used to do Wilder. What brings more to the table? Rolando Romero or Romero Duno? Yeah, King Ryan. Thank you, King Ryan. Yes, King Ryan. He gave me opportunity, King Ryan. Thank you, King Ryan. Who brings more? Dono or Romero?
I mean, yeah.
And not Duno Romero, Rolando Romero. That's who brings more. Who brings more? I already lost to Tank Davis Fonseca. Oh, by the way, I also lost to the other guy, right? Didn't I lose to Teofimo or Verdejo before that, too? So I already lost to those guys. Or does Rollie do more? Fonseca or Rollie? And remember
I would
that
just go back to Linares or
and remember
Rollie.
when I say
would rather
Rollie,
see him fight Linares. That's a much tougher fight.
When I say Rollie, remember that means that Floyd is there. And thinking right now, present day, we also know that
it's the cloud effect.
We also know that present day, Floyd has also been training him, like Enrique brought up. Now, I don't know if that means he's officially going to be in the corner, but we know he'll be the promoter. We'll know he'll be at the press conference. We'll know he'll be at the fight, which brings more attention, more eyes.
So you're saying this fight? You're saying this fight is going to be huge because of Mayweather, not because of Rollie?
Yeah, for
So
real.
it's
That's exactly what it is.
And that's fine. Because listen, you are always someone else got to give you the push first. Like it always happens like that. Floyd was as good as he was, but he needed Arturo Gatti. He needed that fight.
Listen, this event is not going to be as Floyd ain't going to show up because this event is going to be big for him. It's big for him because of the unity with Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is big, bro. If he got 5 million followers and Floyd got 20 plus, it's a collaboration, bro. And Ryan should jump on that.
Man, look, at the end of the day, it is what it is, man. He's not Romero. Look, whatever Mayweather's trying to do, whatever he was trying to prove then, and then him bringing it up now, it just, I don't know.
Let's be real. Because y'all brushing it off. Let's be real. Romero got sparring stories of giving ass kickings to Ryan, Tank,
and vice versa,
and Teofimo. So there's a reason. And I'm going to put it to you like this for our intermediate family, right? We did Border Wars film study yesterday. Who would I rather face? Right? Who would I rather face? Who would you rather face? Doomy? Don't give me that bull crap. Who would you rather face? The dude you already got a blueprint that beat or the young, hungry, up-and-coming dude? Come on, man. There's a blueprint.
I don't get it.
Who would you rather face? Linares or
No,
fucking
but why are you
Rollie?
asking me? What for what purpose?
Because you're a fighter. Put yourself in Ryan's position.
Oh, okay.
Put yourself in his Ryan position. Who would you rather face?
Linares, hands down.
Exactly. Why? Because it's a safe win that progresses your career. There's nothing but fucking risk with Rollie. And the unknown with Rollie.
Do I get more money with Linares, though?
You ain't getting no bonus with Linares.
No, I don't understand.
You ain't getting no bonus. And let me tell you this.
all.
We just renegotiated your contract for $250 a fight. I don't see you getting more than $250 for Linares either.
So what has Romero done that's going to catapult me into a better brand?
What? But Floyd just told you. You beat.
No. I'm talking about beating Rollie. What
does it mean? Yeah, without the Floyd Mayweather stuff.
Is that Mario? You can't take it out. I know you want to, but No. Let me finish. Okay. You can't take it out because he is a promoter that solely promotes Gervonta. Gervonta belongs to him. He is on Mayweather Promotions. Yeah. Okay, so he is telling him you get the publicity of fighting Rollie that is promoted by me, plus you get a bonus, plus you get a secondary fight with my superstar on pay-per-view, obviously, for a world title. Like, what are you talking about? What does this do for Ryan? Y'all sound crazy.
But I'm a superstar already.
No, you're not. No, you're
I got
not.
5 million.
No, you're not.
No,
you're not.
No.
No, get another synonym.
I got everything in line for me to become whatever I'm gonna become, and I'll see your man's down the line. Like, I don't need to fight fucking Rollie for me to have that option. You know what I'm saying? I'm on my way to the top.
So then you ducking.
I call it like I don't want to have to deal with you, bro.
Call it smart business.
Earn your spot, and then
earn your spot.
Title.
So wait a minute. So wait a minute.
Enough for you to
let me burn.
Nah, let me burn, because I've been quiet a lot trying to play hopscotch, trying to jump in. And let Romero earn his spot. Let him fight and have the ability to be moved the way Ryan Garcia is moved. Man, Ryan Garcia is in a whole nother level, bro. He in a whole other level. They got a plan for him. He's the star. He's the man. How many followers Romero got? You banking this whole thing on Mayweather.
Nah,
like
it is. It is. That's the reward for Ryan, I think. The reward is that Floyd Mayweather is there, and the Gervonta Davis fight is there, and the 200,000 is there.
Bro, why are you so smart?
The title. Hold on, let me finish. Let me ride in this car. The title is Floyd Mayweather says Ryan Garcia stop ducking Rollie. You know, so there's the fame. There's the value. And beat him, and you can yell out, "Strap me up."
It's easy.
And who is Gervonta? Strap season.
Exactly.
Me up.
Most popular at 135.
And I believe in Rollie. So is he ducking? Is the real question. Did he duck it? I'm gonna say yes now after getting out this DeLorean in 2020. But I'm saying now he should take it, because I actually do believe in him. It should be the next fight after Jorge Linares.
Might as well. If you're going to do Linares first. But, you got to take this Rollie fight. You can't. Like, everyone's calling you out, and you ain't fighting nobody. Devin Haney called you a princess yesterday. He called you a princess. He told Linares, Linares, if he don't want to fight him, if Princess don't want to fight you, I'll fight you. And Linares said, no doubt. Why? Because you got Ryan Garcia out here trying to fight Henry Cejudo in Abner Mares. So Henry Cejudo just retired from MMA. What's his age, Mario? 30 what?
Nah, he in his 20s. He got to be in his 20s.
Man, double check that.
Go
check that, man. My man's face look old as hell. Crazy as hell.
He is 33 years old.
There you go.
Damn, Henry 33.
And now Linares is how old?
He got to be like 37.
No, and I'm not done with this killer. This the killer right here. Linares is
All
how
right.
old?
He is 34 years old.
Okay. And like Enrique told you, he's been knocked out 5 times. Now, bro, Ryan gets so much publicity for doing this. First of all, we're talking cross promotion. Secondly, I mean, listen, it's not only up to Ryan to say yes, because everything that I'm about to say is going to tell you how difficult it is to make this fight. But remember the long lasting feud between Floyd and Oscar. But if the fight is made, that's back. Oscar's back in the media saying XYZ about Floyd, and Floyd saying XYZ about Oscar, and it's all about the fight, and the fight gets bigger and more promoted. Secondly, it's on, that's probably thirdly by now, right? It's on pay-per-view. It's on pay-per-view. Why? Because you can't Listen, why? Because you can't send the B-side no fucking offer. And the A-side in Mayweather Promotions is sending Ryan the offer. So more than likely, it will be on Mayweather's choosing network. Thirdly, right? Why is it wrong? You guys are sitting around here on some clown shit because y'all don't know nothing about boxing, talking about, oh, let Romero earn his spot. Let Romero go up the rankings. Let Romero, all this dumb shit. But when Bob pays like he weighs and gets Lomachenko a title shot after 2 fights, there's no problem. Why? Because Bob didn't verbally make the contract, Maybe Floyd got frustrated when he told TMZ what he told them. Maybe it was because he already sent that offer and there was no response, right?
Or maybe it was because Lomachenko is thought of to be one of the most decorated amateurs. Plus, he had already had pro fights in the World Series of boxing. So he was already at a certain level. He was much more fast-paced, a little older, doesn't have the time to wait around like Ryan Garcia.
I don't know why you brought that up to end in Ryan Garcia. That just shows that you're not paying attention. Stop doing what you're doing. Start listening to this verbal ass kicking I'm giving you. Because if you're going to compare Lomachenko to anybody, you got to compare him to Rollie. Why? Because I'm comparing Rollie to Lomachenko by saying it wasn't wrong of Bob to seek out a title shot. Just like it's not wrong of Floyd to believe in Rollie regardless of 300 amateur fights and 2 fucking gold medals in the Olympics. I am his promoter, not Mario Monguia. Floyd Mayweather promotes Rollie. Floyd Mayweather believes that Rollie could beat Ryan. That's why he's offering Ryan a fucking career high payday. Okay?
I believe there's pyramids in the moon. What do you mean? So what? That because he believes that Romero deserves it and can do it. You think that's
that Ryan Garcia?
like that Ryan Garcia's gonna say, you know what, Mayweather, you believe all this, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. It's not realistic, man.
No. See, Bob was able to solidify the title fight for Salido. Salido had 13 losses. Salido lived in Mexico. Salido tested positive. Salido lost a lot. So it was easier to negotiate to fight to a dude that's heavily unknown in the pro leagues with Salido. It ain't been easy to negotiate that rematch, though. It ain't been easy to negotiate that rematch. So you can't get mad at Floyd. All he's doing, and he's giving Ryan a better offer than they gave Salido. He's saying, fight this dude first. Then you get my Salido, which is Gervonta. Fight him first, plus a bonus, then get the world title shot. We ain't rushing you. We ain't setting you up. We ain't trying to rush you into the Gervonta fight. We'll know he knock you out. Come on. Fight Romero first. We going to build it up on Showtime, introduce you to Showtime because you've been fighting on Dazn and Facebook, you know. So nobody knows you in boxing. They know you on Instagram. You were fighting on Facebook. Then you started fighting on Dazn. What numbers? You speaking of Instagram numbers. You tell me when we start making money and pay-per-views on Instagram, we'll pay you. So it's cool you got 5 million. Let's see if they work. Come to Showtime and sell some pay-per-views with Tank. Let's see how many of the 5.6 million followers buy that pay-per-view with you and Tank. But before we put you out there and put all this pressure on you to sell the pay-per-view with Tank, we're going to try and help you by giving you a Romero fight on Showtime to build you up. Or Fox to build you up. And your next fight is a pay-per-view. Very simple. Like duckity duck, duck, duck.
So we gonna help you, Ryan.
We're gonna help you by putting you on Showtime.
Pull up his pull up his numbers. Pull up his numbers.
Bro, listen,
show me his viewership.
Real quick,
I'll Google it. I'll be quiet and Google it.
You burn. Let me get my turn. Listen, you want this man to abandon the strategy laid out by, let's be honest, one of the few promotions that truly knows how to market Mexican-American fighters, because De La Hoya is one of the greatest promoted Mexican-American fighters of all time. You want him to abandon a tried and true strategy that's worked for Top Rank, that's worked for, Golden Boy, that's worked for Lou, that's worked for, I'm forgetting what's his name, Andre Ward's old promoter, Goosen. It's worked for everybody else. And you want him to abandon that to fight Rollie Romero so that he could get a shot at Tank next and an extra 200 grand, where you essentially give up, your entire voice in the matter. It's like whatever you sign, that's what you sign. Instead of them coming to you, you're going to them. Which is a big boss type move in this sport. You know what I mean? Whoever flinches first that's usually the person that loses in this sport when it comes to promoting, when it comes to business. So I just don't see it, bro. I don't know. I can't see how you would say he should abandon this plan for some WWE Money in the Bank stuff. Like, I don't get it. This is crazy. Like, you got my man climbing a ladder to pull out some contract. Like, this is crazy. Like, I don't know where you're going with this.
I mean, when Ness is painting the picture, like I don't get it twisted. Like, I would like to see a Romero and Ryan Garcia.
Sure.
Like I've learned from you guys that this is a business, and then there's certain things that are just not gonna fucking happen for us hardcores. Excuse my language again. I just don't see where it merits Ryan Garcia's attention and urgency to take on a Romero. Now, again, Romero's all risks, no reward. At this point, like, your money isn't really the matter. It's not even the matter of money now, because at this point he's getting what he's getting now. And what else are you doing for me? And the people who are investing in Ryan Garcia, the investors in the stock that he is, you know what I'm saying, are not going to be wanting to take chances on your stock. It's like you having a brand new car and shit, and you're going to park it where they're having construction and shit. Like, you're not going to do that. You're just not going to put your
risk it.
Yeah, risk your investment.
And urgency was the best way to say that.
And the fighters, like, they want to fight each other. Ryan Garcia is on all-time cockiness right now. He would fight Romero. Like, he's cocky as fuck right now. So the ducking part, oh shit, Ness raised the scepter. What's up, bro?
Yo, man, you guys didn't let me through. I forgot already, man.
That was a strategy.
Yo,
I'll just
keep it going and keep burning.
Well, Doomy said something that caught my attention. He was like, yo, low risk. He called it low risk. I mean, he called it high risk, low reward. So then that answers the question. He's ducking.
Cash, man, I'm so happy you here today, man.
That's the
Cash. That
does not mean it.
Nah, that's what that means.
If you go back and listen to the last 12 shows, at some point you're gonna hear Ness saying that's just smart business.
So the only viewership I could pull up is 281. That's the only one. Come on, man. Come on, who knows Ryan, bro? Like, are we forgetting that?
Oh, you just called him a freaking IG star, and these days you are IG.
But that's what I'm saying. You're an IG star, okay? You need to know the analytics on his IG to know when he makes a call to action. When he says, I'm fighting, how many people go sign up to Dazn? How many people go tune in? That's what we need to know. Because the only time that we were able to get a number, it was only 281 that watched the entire card, not Ryan Garcia.
For which fight was that one? The last fight he had?
No, that's the thing. He's been on Dazn. And that's what I want to remind you. Dazn is a startup. They just get into 1 million subscribers. And Canelo fought Jacobs and just did 600,000. So you expecting Ryan to do better numbers than Canelo on Dazn? Of course he's not. So that's what I'm telling you. He is unknown in the boxing world, bro. He's had no television exposure. Where?
Yeah, but Romero's a lot less known than Ryan.
I know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but that's the thing, but not Floyd. It's this whole Rocky 4 or 5 to Rocky's protege, Tommy Gunn, look, dog, it's the same thing. We seen it with Tank. Why y'all acting like y'all did? Tank, that's how Tank got put on, for being Floyd's guy. And now he stands on his own. Like, now Drake endorses him. Now he got his own sponsorships. Like, stop it.
So Ryan should take this fight based solely on Mayweather being in the corner.
Listen. I'm going to say this one more time.
I mean, does it happen better if he's just sitting in the crowd or he's in the corner?
I'm going to say this one more time. I'm going to say this one more time. Show me another fighter that Floyd took interest that got to the level of Tank. He hasn't. Because there ain't nobody.
I could show you one that didn't.
Who? He ain't take interest in Floyd. I mean, Floyd ain't take interest in him.
Floyd was at his fights, and he
Bro,
was signed with Mayweather Promotions. He was probably their
You're
first
bugging.
biggest signee.
Listen, Mario.
What are you talking about?
Mario,
He was
maybe
like their
listen,
first
Mario.
big signee.
Mario, maybe you're misunderstanding what I'm saying, bro.
Maybe.
Okay. What I'm trying to say is Floyd has never vouched for no one on his roster. Not even Badu Jack, the way that he does for Gervonta. They think Gervonta is the one. Gervonta is a pay-per-view star to them. And they're putting him on pay-per-view. You guys and this is the other point, right? You got Vasyl Lomachenko, the number one in the division, arguably number one pound for pound or number two on all these people's lists. He, in front of Teofimo, said, I want to fight Gervonta. In the ring, when Teofimo knocked out Comey. So you telling me Floyd is offering you a fucking direct path to the biggest pay-per-view attraction in your division. Everyone is calling out Tank. No one else can do a pay-per-view without Tank. Fuck out of here. If they could.
That's Mayweather's plan, bro. You know Gervonta is his biggest investment right now. That's his main guy. Why wouldn't I want my opposition, my competition to be blown off the tracks early in his career? That would do so much more for my guy. Man, get out of here, man. This is chess, bro. And I ain't gonna get fed with this bullshit like fight my fighter now. I got 200 grand. You ain't doing nada for me.
So Gervonta Davis
take your pawn right now to try to get a shot at your king. I would rather take out the rooks and I forgot. The knights and I would rather take out those, right? And then leave your king vulnerable.
Cowards.
Right? That's what I would do.
Cowards.
That's what you would do too.
Cowards.
That's what you would do too.
Cowards.
Let him get
Listen
sloppy.
to me. Listen to me. In 2017, okay, 2017, Tank is 25 now. We talking about, what's that, 2 years ago? So he was 23? I think he was younger than that when he beat Pedraza, wasn't he? Because he was one of the youngest champions. So they've been believing in Tank. And we see now that you guys are helping Ryan Duck because Tank was young, super young, and inexperienced. Either young in age or young in boxing. Because before Pedraza, he fought no one. And Floyd put him in a title shot. So now you're saying that Ryan isn't ready. He is ducking. And Oscar needs to coddle him because Floyd ain't coddle this dude. This dude got a title shot in 2017. Youngest motherfucker I know. So let's just stop it. Y'all helping him duck. Listen,
he's not ducking.
It's not you against me. It's not you against Floyd. Also got a title shot, young as hell.
Floyd took the best risk for what the reward was. He taught the world that it is that. Listen, when I was younger, I had your same young man attitude, Mr. Gibbs. I had your same young man attitude. And I would say to anybody who would listen, Floyd Mayweather's a duck.
Do me.
He won't fight Margarito. He won't fight Cotto. He didn't fight Mosley. He won't fight these young guys. He's a duck. And you know what? Today, after years of being in this sport and the knowledge, you know what I learned? He wasn't a duck. He was the smartest man. He was the only man playing chess while everybody else was playing checkers. He was the only man who didn't want to raise his hand to take what was his. He just went out and got it. So now you want to hate on Ryan Garcia. Why? Because he's going to go that same route and fight his Carlos Baldemirs and step up when it's right. Step up when the time is right. And everything's on the line because not everything's not on the line for Rollie. He gets a shot at what? Tank? 200,000 says who?
You
Floyd
right now, bro.
You don't even know what that contract would look like. We don't even know theoretically what it would be. So at this point, you can continue down the path to what eventual stardom looks like, and then call your own shots, just like who would have done. Just like who did Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather Jr.
So just to put some holes in his
case
flaw,
closed.
Just to put some holes all in his lies, right? He said, "Oh, I'm gonna do what Floyd Mayweather does." That's what Ryan. He's saying Ryan is gonna do what Floyd Mayweather does. He's gonna fight his Carlos Baldemirs. I guess he forgot to tell you that Floyd, in his early 20s, became a champion versus Chiquinco Hernandez. Then forgot to tell you that in between there, he fought Jose Luis Castillo 2 times, DeMarcus Corley, Henry Brussels, Arturo Gotti, Sean Bay Mitchell, Zab Judah. Then is when he fought Baldemir. So this kid is just lying to you. Floyd went through the ringer. Floyd went through the ringer. Just like he's putting Tank. He's trying to put Tank. He wants Tank to have his fight young versus fighting an old dude. If people are saying Ryan's the guy, why we can't do it the way that Floyd did it with Canelo? Wasn't Canelo the guy? He proved to be. And Floyd fought him in his prime before he retired. So you just slowing it down because you are cool with ducking. It's that simple. You know what I mean? And this is the nail in the coffin since he wants to use that phrase, right? I'll start with Doomy because I know he can't answer. To give Mario time because I know he can't answer. All right?
Yeah, 2-1 on this one, huh?
All right? You heard that? I'm going to start with Doomy to give Mario time. Because I know they can't answer. Name the guy, right, who got his first title shot on pay-per-view. You can't. His name would have been Ryan Garcia. He would have made history, but he's a fucking duck.
Wait.
What?
That's right. His first title shot on pay-per-view. Who? Name that? They first title shot would be a pay-per-view? Who in the world did that? But these young guys don't want to make history. They want followers on Instagram.
What is wrong with you?
Let me play this for you.
Let me play this for you.
Let me play this for you.
Getting your title.
Boxingwords.com.
Carburetor cap came off.
I won what Mayweather got. You done bust your ass like Mayweather. I was trying to fight every fighter.
I
sacrificed a lot.
Huh?
Dollar DiBiase Productions.
Yo, you don't want to do what everybody want what Mayweather got, but they don't want to do what he did. I'm trying to fight every fighter.
You don't even know what he did. You don't even understand what he did. Bro, I can't believe you right now. You don't even understand what this man did. This man, he didn't avoid Cotto when Cotto was young and impressive. No, he waited until that fight was going to generate the most money. He didn't fight Shane Mosley when people were saying, fight Shane Mosley. You know why? Because he waited until he was going to make the most amount of money. And you want Ryan Garcia to abandon the game plan, go fight Rollie so that he could do this Floyd Mayweather's way instead of his own way. And yet you attribute every single other fighter to making good business decisions. And the same stuff that I hear you talking about with PBC and the foreign fighters and the same people that tell you, did we cut out? My bad. No, we didn't. And the same guys that point at you and say, oh, you're all about the business. I wish that you would understand, what the fights that fans want to see. I wish you'd be more of a fan than a business person. But you can't help it because you've been in the sport so long. I get that. But
Mario, we don't understand you. That's what you're not getting. It's your first title shot on pay-per-view. Whatever risk there was is gone. First of all, it's history. Secondly, it's unheard of, and your purse would be crazy because you're getting back end. It's like, how many times do we say, oh, Canelo, for instance, he lost to Floyd in a title shot. It was okay because it was to Floyd. You lose, your first time losing is for a title shot. It's okay, but look, I'm all right, bro.
This is how big you think Ryan Garcia is, that he should get his first title shot.
Not that he should. Floyd thinks so. Floyd thinks so.
So you don't think so. My bad. All right.
Floyd thinks so.
That's crazy.
But listen
Floyd
to me.
doesn't think so. Floyd doesn't think so.
You're right.
Listen, if you don't understand what Floyd's doing at this point,
you're right. Floyd doesn't think so.
He's putting Ryan Garcia in a situation where he can't do anything, where his hands are tied. It's the smartest thing in the world.
Hands are tied.
But you think that if Ryan
you don't
Garcia
want the best fighting the best.
Listen, if you think that Ryan Garcia were to pull Floyd Mayweather's card right now and call his bluff that he would deliver this ridiculous contract, then you're ridiculous.
Yep.
Where was the written contract? Where was the written offer?
I need to see the escrow. No,
it was never a written offer.
Yo, look at Cali Fire. Linares is a 3-division champ who has little Rollie beat. And that's exactly why the promoters give you guys like Linares. That's why. That's why you get a faded dude in the ring, because they want to build the resume, because that's what you're looking at. You're not looking at who's going to give you the tough fight. You're not looking at who's going to give you the better fight, because Linares is made out of paper mache. I've been saying it for 9 years, and he has not proven me wrong. Every time he just lost to Pablo Cesar Cano. That's a loss he ain't even supposed to have outside of the other two. Ask
Yo,
Mario.
you throw Romero in there with Vasil Lomachenko right now, bro. He ain't gonna do as good as he.
Ask
I know.
Ask
bro,
Mario. Mario, was Linares the favorite in the DeMarco fight?
Yes, he was.
Was he the favorite in the comeback to losing on HBO to DeMarco, tune-up Sergio Thompson?
Yes, he was.
And was he not the favorite in the fucking Pablo Cesar Cano fight?
Sure.
Okay. Come on, man. This
But
dude.
I can also find you 5 guys that he's beaten that are better than anybody on Rollie's resume ever.
You know what?
So I think
that
ends the conversation.
You know what? I actually want to hear those names. I know that you're right, so that you don't, get sarcastic. I know that because Rollie hasn't fought anyone, but I don't value
just
no
off the
one.
top,
Watch, he says Anthony Carolla.
Anthony Carolla, Luke Campbell, Mauricio Jesta, Ivan Cano, Kevin Mitchell, Ira Terry's probably better than anybody on his resume right now.
Oh my God, he said Ira Terry.
Sergio, he lost to Sergio Thompson, of course. Rocky Juarez is better than anybody on his record right now. Man, I just named you like 9
Rocky
dudes.
Juarez.
Bro, yo, what are you talking about? You're telling me Rocky Juarez isn't one of the toughest dudes to ever lace up gloves?
Yeah, man.
You're telling me that Ivan Cano didn't give hell to
Paulie? To Paulie?
Was it Paulie? My bad. Yeah.
This is what I'm saying,
you're telling
dog.
me Anthony Carolla is not as good as anybody on Rollie's resume?
Carolla's done nada.
I'm not saying that he's done anything. I'm not saying that he's the best. I'm not saying that he's top 15, top 20. I'm saying that he's beaten better guys than I'm saying that he's better than anybody that's on Rollie's resume right now. That's the only point I'm trying to make. You asked me to make it, and I made it.
And this is what I'm saying. That's a
beat Abner Cotto too.
That's a mute point. You know why? Because when Vasil fought Orlando Salido, everyone on Salido's resume was better than who Vasil fought. And that's what I'm saying. It's not about resume for Rollie because the promoter is backing him. It's what Devin Haney says. Stop saying anything about money because I bring the money. Romero brings the network, the money, and popularity with Floyd. Like, stop it. And then the contract is giving you a pay-per-view title shot. Like, it's never been done, never been heard of, but you guys are still arguing it.
Salido was already. Look,
So wait a minute. Are you going on record today, May 13th, 10/23, that Ryan Garcia, Gervonta Davis is not a pay-per-view?
I'm telling you that right now on record that if Ryan Garcia were to fight Rollie and then Tank were to fight
Leo on pay-per-view,
met right after that. No, I don't think it would be pay-per-view because Ryan Garcia, like, what would he have done?
I'm done.
What does he bring to that
I'm gonna have to
situation?
disagree with you on that one right there, champion.
Look, I'm not saying I'm not. Listen, I'm not saying I'm right. It's no way we can know that.
But the point that you just made was like he hasn't done enough yet, and at that point, if he fights Romero, right? And gets past Romero, and then Gervonta does what he does. It would definitely, especially if he beat Romero in like a crazy way. Imagine that, like, yo, your champion's next. Like, it would just.
And if it's on the same card, listen, you could build it for a pay-per-view. Absolutely.
Not even if it's on the same card, even if they fought in their own separate. There's just so much history there now that we can knock down IG and all this stuff as we debate along, but like all of it matters. And when the cards are in the right place or the pieces are in the right place, then it's good. See, now he beats Romero, he beats Leo, and now it's like, okay, I want to fight your champion. He's next. I just took care of Romero. Your Mayweather, you believed in your fighter, and I'm going to beat another fighter that you believe in. Like, it's just too much to go for to blow up that fight for it not to be a pay-per-view in my eyes.
Add in the fact that there's going to be a contract with Ryan and Romero, right? And the only reason Ryan would sign this is because he's been offered a bonus and a title shot at Gervonta. So now everyone is talking about that. Simultaneously, Gervonta's about to have his first pay-per-view with Leo. How doesn't the world know Ryan is next? My man is just sitting here trying to be the dunce.
The only thing I think is that I don't think, even though it sounds good, it's not the trajectory. It's just not going to go
at all.
Like,
and that's what I'm saying. You said when the cards are right. That was the biggest thing
pieces
that
on
you
the board
said that we could highlight that hopefully makes Ness understand why he sounds so ridiculous, because the cards just aren't right. Just because you want this thing to happen, which, by the way, you're very selective of the things that you put down into business and the things that you personally want, and regardless of the business, because the business of this suggests that it doesn't make any sense. You want Ryan Garcia and Tank to fight when it's at an all-time high. You want to build this fight. You want these guys to get bigger and bigger, and Ryan Garcia can do that on the current trajectory he's on.
Tank's gonna do a pay-per-view.
But fighting Rollie does little to nothing for him.
Tank's gonna do a pay-per-view. The world is gonna talk about how Mayweather built up the second fight. Like, yo, whatever, man. I added Rob to the call, man.
Real quick before the guest joins, I want to say I'm with that part of it, that maybe they had a plan before that offer and, they declined it because of the plan. So I could see that being a possible thing. But if that's not a fact, right, because we're just talking to talk, I'm going to say he's ducking. And I'm going to be that fan that ignores those facts and be like, damn, Ryan, you ducking, Ryan. You could have took that money. You could have took that fame. Instead, you decided to bring your waistline high and fight.
What you think, Cash? You think he ducking?
Well, I think that Rob Brent is on the line.
Times.
I believe Rob, you there? Can you click that camera?
Oh, yes, sir.
All right.
Oh, my bad.
All right, there we go. Let's see here. So last time we had you on, we had some bad internet, but it looks like this is way better. How are you?
Yeah, man, doing good, man. Just trying to keep the hat on. Barbershop experience hasn't happened yet for me, so
man, you married, man. I think once you married, as long as your wife's happy, nothing else matters.
Back though, so
So
I gotta.
How are the Bulldogs?
Oh man, they're doing good. Lazy's ever still sleeping like 18 hours a day.
How old are they now?
4, coming up on 4.
Oh, wow. That's good. So I know last time we had you, man, it was a great interview, but we kept cutting in and out. So I guess we're going to start with the regular stuff. How's COVID treating you, and how are you able to train during this time? What are you able to do?
I set up a gym at home. I got the bag. I got the double M bag, the heavy bag. I've been running like crazy. I've been doing all my body weight stuff. I'm still recovering. I'm just finished the recovery from my arm. So, and so in a lot of ways, I was able to get right, after so much time. Having a torn bicep, now it's back to 100%. So, I'm definitely not excited about the whole COVID thing, but if there was a time for it on my end, it would have been, right now during my recovery time. So, I'm just excited to get back at it like everybody. I'm getting bored in the house.
Nah, I hear you. Go ahead, guys. Jump in. I'm going to pull up the Patreon questions.
Hey, Rob. What's going on, man? Thank you for joining us. Listen, I'm very excited. We've gotten some word that, Top Rank's going to come with some fights in June. I think that you're a perfect name that should fit on one of those 3 proposed cards that's happening to headline. Have you heard anything? Are you willing to fight? Would you be able to fight in that time frame?
I'm definitely going to be prepared to fight in that time frame. There's been light talks. I'm not sure what is, what I can say and what I can't. So,
Got you.
Right now, it's yes, the conversations I've had, but exact dates and opponents and all that, like this, I'm still a little bit further off from that. They got to take care of the buds and them first.
Yeah, of course. If I put it this way, maybe you can answer it. Okay, so baseball just a couple days ago, the players got the call and they basically said, "Suit up, get ready." Is that kind of the call you've gotten? Like, hey, be ready. Like, no official dates, no official opponents, but just kind of like, hey, get ready. We're suiting up.
Yeah, but Bomax, since all this started, has been, hey guys, 2 things: 1, watch your money; 2, stay in shape, don't get fat. So
Gotcha.
It's kind of been, I never really knew exactly when they were going to kick it back. I just know be ready the second they do, because I've already been off for so long due to the injury and the loss. So, I was like, be ready regardless. I want to be on those first few cards when they hit.
Definitely.
And speaking about these new cards, man, everybody, it's getting to know. It's Alex, by the way, Rob. Nice having you again, man. And yeah, champ. So there's a lot of stuff being talked about, crowdless shows and, people participating in these shows without a crowd, people taking the measures that need to be taken, according to whatever is regulated by each state and with this pandemic. Are you one of those fighters that's willing to fight in these crowdless shows? And how do you feel about fighter safety?
I'd be fine fighting in a crowdless show. I didn't, when I first went pro, I wasn't on, like a major promoter. So most of my shows were, smaller than the skeleton crews they would have for the live broadcast anyway. So I'd be fine fighting on something like that. But again, everyone's a little bit different. I think they should have a smaller venue if they're going to do that, because there'd be nothing worse than being in a giant venue that, you make a noise when you punch and it echoes, like that's just uncomfortable.
Definitely.
But I would just say smaller venue, smaller people, not a big amount of people, I think it'd be easy to work with.
From what I'm hearing, it sounds like they're going to be using the studios. That's what my intel I'm getting from people I know at Top Rank. And so, hopefully it is, a studio that they can manage everything, right? That would be great.
And it's better for TV too.
Definitely. Way better.
Rob, are you in Vegas?
No, I live in Dallas, man.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to Omaha this upcoming Tuesday, so.
That was gonna be my next question, because I know every interview I see with Terrence, he's like, they aren't as affected over there as we are, definitely over here in the East Coast in the tri-state area.
Mm-hmm.
So next week, you get with the team.
Yeah. We'll check in, see where everyone's at.
How is it being away?
Yo, quote unquote check in. Just like quote unquote, I can't say anything. All right, so we going into camp, ladies and gents.
That's so messed up.
Nah, I'm messing with you.
He didn't say nothing.
So
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Listen, before he gets to Patreon questions, which the routine, I just want to bring you into our conversation real quick. Obviously the thing's going in. I just want to real quick ask you, because you're a fighter. Obviously, you're a guy who's very marketable. So we're looking at Ryan Garcia.
Wait.
Floyd Mayweather had came out.
Mario.
I knew he was going to do this.
He don't want you to set the stage.
No. I do. I just want to ask, do you think if it would be better if we put him in the position, pick his division, give him his Romero, and give him,
because then he's going to think as a fighter. He's going to think as a fighter.
But
we
that's
need him
the
to
point.
think as a promoter.
No. Because
yes, we do.
We're questioning. Floyd Mayweather is questioning whether Ryan is ducking. So we got to say, this is just, look, I'm going to just say this one line.
Go ahead.
I'll say this one line. If you don't think it works, you do it your way. I look at it like this. All right, so you're 160, right? Right, 160. Right. Who's up and coming? 160, not really known. Someone. I got it. No. He's 154. Charles Conway's 154, right? Who you said?
Pacquiao. We'll go with Yamaguchi, not Yamaguchi Pacquiao, but the other one, 25-0.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God! Look, we really don't know. You talking about Falco?
Pacquiao, yeah. Falco.
Look at that. We don't even know him. Perfect. Who's he signed to?
Top Rank.
Oh man, so I don't know if it works, but let's try it anyway.
Bob, and we'll say he's PBC. Keep going.
Okay,
sure, that'll work.
Perfect. And then his Gervonta, because again, Gervonta's the biggest pay-per-view at 135, is Canelo. Yeah. So you're gonna tell me if Bob comes to you and says, Rob, we're gonna give you what we don't need to know what you make. We're gonna give you whatever you're making, because that's what they said to Ryan. This has nothing to do with your purse. Floyd is offering Ryan $200,000, and this was in 2019.
Yeah.
He was offering him $200,000 fight bonus to fight Romero, and if he beat Romero, he got the title shot at Gervonta. Now Gervonta's still a champion. The offer was he just re-offered it to him yesterday on Fight Hype, and so now I'm asking you. They paying you whatever they paying you, but he says, but if you beat Falco, you don't even got to knock him out. If you beat Falco, we'll give you $200 plus you get your shot at Canelo.
So you're taking a
no?
step back to fight Falco to take a step up to fight Canelo.
But that's you because you're thinking wrong. I bet you he thinks of it like Falco. He's a fighter. He's a fighter. Yeah. I'm not gonna say what he's gonna say.
Give me two different angles. Give me the same question again. Give me one person. Give me that.
Okay, I'm gonna give it to you just like this. Okay, we're debating whether or not Ryan Garcia is ducking Rollie based on the fact that the incentive is if he beats Rollie, he gets Tank plus 200,000. My thing is,
no,
he's
that's
already
wrong.
on a course that's more than fine and doesn't need to dip out and fight somebody that is in behind him.
Wait, okay,
that's my take.
Okay, but those facts are wrong. So Floyd is saying, fight Rollie. If you beat Rollie outside of your purse, if you just beat Rollie, I'll give you $200,000 cash bonus. And if you do get the win versus Rollie, outside of that $200,000 cash plus your fight purse, I'll give you Tank and the title shot. So now you got to also remember that Tank is going to fight Leo right out of COVID. It's already a projected pay-per-view. So that, and everyone knows Ryan and Gervonta would be a pay-per-view.
He's got it. Let him get it.
All right.
Now, I'm automatically assume that Canelo / Gervonta is going to win the fight. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So I'm going toward, you're going to pay me extra money to beat somebody that I should beat anyway. So yeah, I'm going to take my money. I'm going to beat that dude. And then I'm going to go march my way up to the goal I was looking for. Otherwise, what, you're gonna play me around and say, yeah, we think that after this fight you'll get it, and shit happens. It's like, what have you done for me lately, sports? So if you offer me, hey, you fight this dude we think you're gonna beat, and we'll pay you extra money, and then we're gonna guarantee you to give you the champion, give it to me. Yeah, deal. Pay me, and
well, Mayweather doesn't believe that Ryan will beat him. Mayweather believes that Rollie will kick Ryan's ass.
If Ryan thinks if Rollie ain't shit, then Ryan needs to go ahead and take that fight. That doesn't matter what Floyd's saying. Floyd can believe whoever he wants to.
Yes!
All right. Well, that was Rob Brandt. Thanks, Rob. Go ahead and give out your social.
Yes.
And
Rob, let me ask you a secondary
He's speaking as
question.
a fighter, though.
Let me ask you a second. No, because listen, he's a fighter that. What fighter doesn't want fame?
But the thing is that Ryan's a young investment, bro, and he doesn't have the final say. He's speaking as a final say. I'm in the driver's seat.
Okay. So let me ask you the secondary question.
Rob, are you on mute?
No, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I can hear.
Let me ask you the secondary question. Do you think, even though Romero is, I think, 11-0, that a fight with him would have been bigger than the Francisco Fonseca or the Romero Duno fights that Ryan had?
You think we're talking about the Rollie or the PB or the TM guy?
Rollie, or do you think Rollie fighting?
I would go ahead and throw Rollie in there. I mean, the fact that Floyd's got his name in his mouth is putting the extra money out. I think that's where the extra publicity goes for. I mean, it's already a tight weight class already to try to get noticed. So I mean, a guy like Floyd bringing up the fight, like, hey, yeah, you beat my young buck, then yeah, I'll be you extra $200,000 and you get the champ. I mean, yeah, I would have to pay Floyd to get that kind of exposure. You know what I mean? Like, he's just gonna give it to you, take it.
And they were belittling. They're like, "Oh, so you're saying it's a big fight because he signed the Floyd?" I'm like, "Of course."
Ryan, we said Ryan didn't need it because Ryan's his own star now. He has his own momentum going. Does he really need that stardom?
Okay.
Yeah, realize he's a fighter too. Like, I mean, it's cool to be a star and have promoters like you and you're on Instagram a lot. But when it comes down to it, someone says like, fight that dude. Like, no, it doesn't matter who it is in the world. Like, you're going to want to beat that person. You want to be the toughest dude in the block. So, I mean, it all sounds good, but I like the fact where it's like a fighter is going to be a fighter. It sounds good to have it, have your promotion behind you, but there's still somebody on the other end of it saying like, yeah, I'll beat that dude. That kid thinks he can beat me. It's competitive nature. It's a violent sport. Sometimes you want to be a part of it. You got to be in it.
I'm glad
we asked the wrong person. This guy would never turn down a fight. So
I'm glad he I'm glad he values that exposure that a person would get. And contracts like that work, man. We seen that. I keep bringing up Andre Ward. He had the Alexander Brand, Sullivan Barrera, then the Kovalev fight, and I'm not a fighter, but for a fighter, how could that not be the best thing to get like quote unquote a warm up, tune up, and then fight, the guy that is the money man? Like, it's up to you to make sure Rollie is only a tune up,
Right. Comes down to is if you want to be the best in the world, beat people that aren't considered the best now. If they're gonna give you that pathway toward the man, the dude, take it.
Not only that, man. I mean, look, we all know Tank has been missing weight. Like, how long do you want to wait? Because again, is Vasil who's the pay-per-view fight there? I don't think Vasil's the pay-per-view fight. I just don't.
No, I think that the Tank's probably the pay-per-view guy. People, it's exciting to see.
Exactly.
It's I mean,
I see.
I like
just like
Malignaggi, but watching the knockout artist more than I like watching Malignaggi. I like the violence.
Oh, man. All right. We got a few questions. We got Lidgelow in Decatur, Georgia says, is there anybody that you want to fight in particularly, champion or not?
Oh, yeah. I want to fight Murata again. I want that title back, and I just don't think he's better than me. So, I want to fight him again. Obviously, he was better that night. You landed a fucking A-bomb, but yeah, no. I'm Murata. Anytime you lose to somebody, that person's always going to be on your track record, other than like Bramer, because he's like 107 years old now. He's not going to be coming back down to 68 or to 60. Murata's kind of what I think about that night. Pause.
Nah, I get it though. I get it, man.
Yeah, we gotta get that trilogy, man. We have to.
Did you have a rematch clause?
Yeah, no, we definitely do. But of course, you get the injury and things like that happen. So, he's getting bigger and heavier in weight, but he's going to give me my one more. It's contractually obligated. So it's just a matter of how we want to, how we're going to get figured. Obviously, I have a new team, so we're working on the new team. I'm going off their suggestion on the first fight, first get back, get a feeling for the new, the new training style and everything like that.
See?
But of course, they're holding me back a little bit because my first thing was like, nah, I'm going to fight that dude 4 months after I lost to him. Put us somewhere with real drug testing and somewhere that is neutral, and then let's go to work. Obviously we came to the U.S. I beat him up. We went to Japan. He beat me up. Let's go somewhere. Let's go to Saudi Arabia. Let's go somewhere where either of us know, where either of us have a crowd, or our own drug testers. You know what I mean? So let's just each go somewhere neutral. Go to work.
I was just going to ask that because I remember interviewing you in Las Vegas and you were very excited. Before you even had the first fight, you were excited to have the second fight in Japan. Yeah. Now it sounds like you don't want to go back.
Well, like I said, you came to the United States. You gave me the opportunity in my home country. Boom, I win. You gave me, I gave you the opportunity in your country. You won. All right. Well, let's settle it. Let's find somewhere neutral. Let's go to work. It was a great promotion. I didn't have any qualms with anybody there. I didn't feel like they did anything dirty. It just was, let's go somewhere neutral now.
But during that interview, you did indicate that going to Japan was a lot more worth your while financially. So. Yeah. Don't you think taking Japan off the table is going to probably decrease the purse?
Well, it doesn't decrease. It doesn't bother me as much because I'm going to have a belt afterward.
Confidence. Love it.
Do you think that, people are going to pay me, less money as a champion afterward? Nah, it doesn't. It doesn't really work that way. So, yeah, just fight me. We'll fight somewhere neutral. I'll have the title back again. You can move up to 68 and still try to get your Canelo fight. And I will continue doing what I do, So I think it's just,
And do you think that he would have an issue with going to a neutral ground, or is that already in the contract?
But again, it's going to come down to negotiation. I can only control what I can control. I can say, nah, I want to fight somewhere neutral. I'm going to look at Bob in the face, like, look, this is what's right. Now, if they're paying just astronomical numbers, that's fine. We'll go to Japan, but we need to have, the proper testing in order. Make sure everything is handled the way it should be. We have the entire team down. It's expensive to get me to go to Japan, but it's a lot.
And you got to be there at least, a week or two before, at least, try to acclimate, probably more.
It's an opposite time schedule. You know what I mean? Like where you would be waking up is where you would be going to bed. Like it's almost completely opposite.
Your body has to acclimate, man. I mean,
2 weeks, and it took time. You have a few shitty days in the beginning. You know what I mean?
How soon did you get there the last time?
Food
prior to the fight.
Say again?
2.5 weeks. I got like 10 days. Like 16 days or something like that.
I don't even think that's enough time for the body to fully acclimate.
Yeah, fully? No, they say 10 days.
Like biochemically, like biologically, your internal clock is shot at that point. So it's like,
for me, it was like right as soon as you start to kind of go to sleep and wake up at their time is right around the time you're about to fight. So it's like it's not 100%, but
I mean, how did the experience help you out with like? Maybe thinking about this rematch. Like, if you said neutral ground, but if the money's right, you go to Japan.
Everything will be taken care of when it comes to that. Only thing I need you to do is be dumb enough to sign that contract. Once you sign it, then like we'll figure out everything else.
All right, I was typing this, but look, he doesn't have headphones, so let him finish completely because it's noise cancellation. So if we speak, it cancels him out, and we can't hear his full.
Oh, okay, apologize. I didn't even see the headphone.
Yeah. All right. Next is Cali Fire says, "What's good, champ? Was there anything that went wrong in your camp for the rematch with Murata, or was he just the better man that night?"
I mean, he caught me with a shot. I think I went in with the wrong game plan. My thing was I was 2 punches off the first time we fought from breaking the CompuBox record at 160. I was 2 punches. I think it was like 1262. I think the record was 1264. So, just BSing with the coach at the time. I was like, yeah, let's, he was like, no, break the record. He'll break in 4 rounds, break the record. Yeah, like he would have, but when you throw that much, you leave yourself open a whole lot. So it was an on me situation. I was like, I'm going to go out there and impress the world by throwing, 1,300 punches. And when you try to throw that much, something's going to be open. He had the right game plan. Load up and swing that right hand. And if it lands, it lands. If it doesn't, it'll keep him off you. And he landed, So after that, it was a mistake on my end. It was a little bit of arrogance on my part. I felt that the only way this dude could beat me was to knock me out, but I didn't respect his power enough in the same sense. So I mean, it was a my bad type of fault. I got arrogant. I thought he really was that soft and he couldn't do anything to me, and he could. So I mean, good learning lesson for me. I mean, got to keep pushing from that point forward. But it's I need that back.
Man, I don't know if this is like a dumb question, but that had the sting then.
No, it didn't hurt that bad at all. I mean, the next day my neck was sore, but.
No, I mean more like mentally, knowing that you took him lightly.
Yeah, it's tough though, but you have to think about it. How many times you do that to somebody else? How many times that you've been the guy that shouldn't have won and beat him? So it's like, well, now it's your time to prove the reason you weren't there by mistake. So it's back up and fight.
All right. We got Steve in Chicago says, "What's good, champ? Thanks for coming on the show. If there was no boxing politics, who of the champions would you like to challenge for a title?"
I mean, again, like it's tough for me to answer that question because I always have Murata on my mind. So my brain always goes toward Murata, No,
that's admirable, though, because imagine with Canelo being out there, that's like the go-to answer. And, that's dope that you still want Murata over him.
Yeah, I mean, of course, everyone's like, yeah, of course, I want the super fight. Everybody wants a super fight for Canelo. When you get a Canelo fight, he's going to choose you. You're not going to choose him. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to waste my time being like, you know what? If I talk enough shit, he's going to say, you know what? I'm going to beat that kid up. I'm like, nah, I don't. Look, if I keep winning, he's going to want to fight you. So keep winning. Beat the people across you. Beat the Billy Joe Saunders, the Boo Andre. Those are. The dudes that they don't really want to fight each other. I know Andre wants to fight everybody, but these guys aren't really wanting to fight each other. The person that goes around and beats a couple of those dudes, Canelo's going to want to fight you. That's what it comes to. This man has like 4 different weight classes he competes out of. You have to entice him.
Mm-hmm.
You have to, it's your popularity is what he's going for. He doesn't really, and this man will go up to light heavyweight and fight Kovalev. He doesn't give a shit. He doesn't care. He just wants to fight. He wants legacy fights.
Were you impressed by the Kovalev? Because my listeners God bless their souls. But they say, you know, that was you know, a fixed fight. Kovalev was old. I mean, were you impressed with what Canelo did?
I mean, yeah. I mean, to an extent, you know, I think that I was more disappointed with Kovalev than I was like impressed with Canelo. You know, I thought that, you know, he's had a couple of fights where I felt like, you know, dudes didn't step up to the level. You know, I didn't feel that Chavez Jr. did anything with Canelo. I think he fought scared. Yeah, am I muted? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah, and who's that 168-pound kid that had the WBA regular title that he beat? He didn't want to fight him. I thought that Kovalev, I mean, like I said, he was seemingly in there for a payday, a little bit older. I don't think it was fixed. I just think he got hit with a shot and was like, fuck it. You know, I lost.
Think he might have been a little too cocky?
Who's that, Kovalev?
Yeah.
I think that reality hit him in the first shot that he took. You know, first real shot that he took. I think that, yeah, he thought he was going to go up there and beat up a little dude, beat up a little guy. And he got hit with some real shit for the first time. Was like, yeah, the canvas looks more comfortable, you know, than I thought beforehand.
All right, next one is from The Earthquake that says, what's your favorite fight to watch as a boxing fan and why?
All right, it's old. I like Riddick Bowe and Holyfield 1. It's a classic. You get to watch two heavyweights get on the inside and fight like lightweights and still crack like heavyweights on the outside. And it's just they don't make heavyweights like that anymore. And I respect the heavyweights we have now. I'm not saying Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury wouldn't do well with either one of those guys, but that era, these dudes it was beautiful violence. You know what I mean? They got me. They're throwing those little short hooks to the body, uppercuts up top, and Holyfield gets on the outside, starts throwing throws the 1-2, slip a jab, come back with a hard right hand, and step off. I mean, that shit was art. It was beautiful, you know. So I mean, that's one of my favorite ones. And anything Gerald McCullough in the first round, you know, I love G-Man. I mean, if I could punch like that, man, I mean, people wouldn't even know who Canelo's name was.
So you made it sound like, I don't know, you might target Andre in the future?
Look, it's going across. I mean, these are just arbitrary names at this point. I mean, who knows? Andre, if he keeps his title, I keep winning. Yeah, of course. Like, the champions want to fight the champions. You know, so I think that's where it's not where it's like, I physically don't like Andre. I want to fight this dude. No, I mean, no. I want to fight the position. The dude is the dude, but I want to fight the position.
Well, no, the reason I don't bring it up because I want you to say you dislike him. I only bring it up because you say that you realize no one else wants to fight him.
There's no upside to fighting other than the belt to fighting Andre. This dude he's athletic. He's hard to corner. He's got a little bit of he can pop a little bit. Like this, I mean, he's not like a real sexy name. You know what I mean? It's not like you lose to Canelo. Oh, hey man, you lose to Andre. People are, you know, some people are still gonna be like, the East Coast kid.
No, you're right.
It's not a huge payday involved with it. It's not a lot of notoriety, but he can still beat. You know, he's up there with the Canelos and everybody else in that weight class. He's on the same level. He's the same dude, but people are not going to be as optimistic, you know, excited to fight him.
Definitely.
Victim of his own, if you will. You know what I mean? Like he's good enough where people don't want to fight you. You know, but he's got a title, but he's not a big enough name where people are going to go out on a whim and possibly lose to him.
I got to get this from a fighter's perspective. So there's even times when a belt isn't enough?
Well, I mean, if I'm ranked number 4 in a couple different weight classes and I have the opportunity of maybe waiting for the Canelo fight, you know, we'll see who he chooses in a couple months. And in that point, Andre's going to need a fight. You know what I mean? So if someone's at one of these top fighters and they have a choice between, am I going to fight Andre or am I going to fight Canelo? They're going to fight Canelo every time. You know, he's on the same level, but he's not as sexy of a name. So if you're at that level, you're going to be championship level, you're going to want to go the Canelo route or even wait to see if you might get the Canelo route before you're going to, you know what I mean, take the check to possibly lose to Andre, who not a lot of people know are at the same level as some of the other champions. If that makes sense.
No, it makes sense.
No, it definitely does.
I wanted to bring it up because I guess now I want your perspective, or I guess why do you think Crawford's in that position? Because it seems like, you got guys like Keith Thurman. He told us on the show about 2 weeks ago, what he called it, WB no. So it's like,
look, I mean, this man unified and was the undisputed champion at 140. I think, did he have a title at 135? It's easy to say those things. Everyone wants to get that big payday when you fight a guy like Crawford, which I understand. So it's easy to talk shit and be like, yeah, I mean, nobody really cares about that belt. Well, yeah, he's had all the other belts before. Now he's in your weight class. So they're gonna try to pump as many dollars as possible, in my opinion. I'm not speaking for everybody, but if you're gonna sit there and say, that Crawford ain't shit, he's got the WB no, well then fight him. You should be able to take that easy, But they don't do that unless they're taking $15 million, and I think that's speaks more.
15 million. That sounds like a little bit of an exaggeration there.
Arbitrary numbers.
Yeah. Nah, but look, I mean, Thurman did say send the contract. He did say that. Say what?
Who doesn't say that though? Everyone says send the contract. All right, sign the contract. Like, it sounds good.
Yeah, but you need one. You need one to sign it.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. I just listen. If you're not the one physically writing it, I mean, let's just tell them, look, let's get together. Let's get together. Let's figure it out. Like, it's hard for one fighter to look at another fighter and say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna make your company pay me millions of dollars, or I'm gonna make your company pay me millions of dollars. Like, nah, just express the fact that you guys want to fight each other. Work on it as much as you can, but the fact of the matter is the people that cut you the checks are the ones that make that decision, and all we can do is say, I want to fight that person. So just speak up, let it be known, because if you speak up and tell somebody you want to fight that person enough, that's gonna cause a demand. If both you guys are saying we want to fight each other, it'll cause a demand and you'll get the money you want.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. So it's the fighter that puts the confidence in the promoter.
I mean, again, I'm not a promoter at all. Like, I think of it this way: they're like, "Hey, Rob, we're gonna have you fight this person," but I'm like, "No, I want to fight Fakao, right? I'm just gonna keep going back to this guy because he's wanted to fight me before." And I'm like, "No, I really want to fight Fakao. If he's on PBC." I mean, yeah, that doesn't mean that you're going to fight him right then. There's a lot of things that have to get worked out, and I understand that because I don't understand it all, but I get the fact that. All right, well, whose network are you guys going to fight on? Whose network has more money? Who has more viewership? So therefore, who gets more money out of the two of you? Like, there's a lot of stuff that has to get worked out, and I get it. But only thing I can do is say, look, I don't give a fuck. I want to fight that dude. Me and that dude want to fight. And in saying that, I think that that's going to give you your buzz that you need. That two people want to see two people that want to fight each other. Nobody wants to see Canelo get in there and fight Rocky Fielding, who's scared of you. He's frightened, waiting for his time to lay down. Nobody wants to watch that. They don't watch two people who really want to fight each other and really think they can beat the other person. So if you want to get buzzed towards something, I mean, I'm not a person to sit up there and talk shit. So this person's ducking me and dodging me. Like, look, no, I want to fight you. Whenever you're ready, I'm going to sign that. That's where I come from on it. But again, everyone's different.
But if a promoter sees your confidence, or what I'm relating to, he's going to be like, hey, Rob, you sure you can beat this guy? And you're like, hell yeah, I can beat this guy. And if you're confident as hell, like, you're going to influence the promoter, right?
To a certain point, yeah.
To a certain point, obviously.
Yeah, to an extent, because they got matchmakers, man. Still got to get approved by the matchmaker.
Yeah. I mean, I certainly don't think I'm going to be able to go to Bob and say, give me Anthony Joshua. I'm going to knock this dude out. He's like... You know what I mean?
I was just, why I was thinking along the thought line of, what we were talking about Ryan, and like, having the confidence and, if you can beat the guy and you can beat the guy and it's like no problem at all. why would your promoters have a problem with it? That's why that's what was going on in my mind when I was asking you these things.
Aspect, they start to really have to guess, what do they invest in? You know what I mean? Like it sounds good, but maybe they try to jump too early, you're pulling their card, you could fuck up their entire investment. Promoters don't make money on their athletes until they're at a certain level. You know what I mean? So they might be trying to get a little more money out of the Ryan Garcia before they let him start fighting everybody and anybody. But again, I'm not in the business like that. I'm just outside looking in.
All right, we got King Amin in Essex says, what fighter inspired you to get into the trade? Who did you study the most?
You know what? Of course, like when I was really into Floyd when I was like from the ages like 15. But Gerald McCullen, I always wanted to be like G-Man Gerald McCullen. I watched a lot of Leonard. I used to think that Leonard's hand speed. Sometimes it seemed like he was indiscriminately just throwing one after the other. I really got into Leonard, I would say. And yeah, I would say I was really into Leonard to begin with. Yeah. And then as I started really, really getting involved in some of the past fights, I got, from there, my favorite became Gerald McCullen. But to start off with Leonard, that dude he was there to fight. He was going to let him go. Him and Hearns, those fights those classics. I don't have to tell you guys are boxing heads, but yeah, starting off Leonard, one of my favorites to watch.
All right, next one is from George Foster in the UK that says, if you had the power to make any 3 fights in boxing, what would they be?
Oh, I got to see Fury Wilder 3. I'd love to see Ryan Garcia and Tank. And it's getting a little bit crazy with the weights, but if they were a little bit more naturally sized, I'd love to see Inoue and Loma.
Man, that would be nuts.
Yeah. It's interesting. You know what I mean? Just interesting.
Definitely.
Those are just off the top of the cuff. I could probably sit down and really think about some dream ones, but yeah.
I like that. That's a dream one right there.
All right, let me see. We got J-Mac in New Orleans that says, what about your new camp? Oh, my God, what a Crawford fanboy. What about your new camp and team surrounding gives you the confidence and the edge in your fighting style over your last situation?
I like my trainers. I've always looked.
He wants you to compare. He wants to hear how good Bomac and the camp and the team are over there.
Yeah, they're great. Like, they're one of the greatest. I see what you're talking about. This dude just really wants to hear some high praise on Crawford and Bo. But the fact of the matter is, like, they have what gives you the confidence is they have a coach for just about everything. Someone's always got a set of eyes on you. So therefore, it's not easy to slack. So when it comes down to the point where you're getting ready for fight time, you're ready. Just from the simple fact that you guys put in the work. Someone's always been there. There's always making corrections. So you get a lot of confidence from the fact that it's a well-oiled machine. You have your guy who just works on the strength and conditioning. You have your man on the pads that works the combos from the distance. Man from a little bit closer. Somebody puts it all together. Great training partners. So that's what gives you all the confidence.
All right, we got Big Casual that says, if you had an opportunity to fight a world champion in the middleweight division, which one would you fight first, and which one do you think would give you the toughest fight?
Are we talking of all time, or are we talking just right now?
I'm assuming right now.
Yeah, I would say right now.
Which fight do I want? Which fight would I? You give me the question one more time. I'm sorry.
If you had the opportunity to fight a world champion in the middleweight division, which one would you fight first, and which one do you think would give you the toughest fight?
First and toughest fight, I'd go with Canelo. If you're talking just like a dream, because you don't have to do anything again after you get done fighting Canelo. A.
Yeah.
B. you're literally putting yourself in there and saying, okay, this is the dude who's considered to be the best middleweight in the division. There's other belt holders, whatever, but this is the dude who's considered to be the man. So, I mean, if you get to jump that line and just say, I want to be the man, and you get to choose that fight, yeah, but he's also the toughest fight. You know, I think it would be some sucker-ass shit if I was like, I want to fight, I don't know someone who just got granted a middleweight title and nobody knows who they are. You know, I would think it would be some sucker shit to be like, I want to fight him first, and then, you know, eventually get the big payday. Now, I think your toughest fight should be the one you want right away, because it gives you the confidence to go forward from anybody from that point. You look at Canelo. If I beat Canelo, you think I'm going to flinch at fighting anybody else in the division? No. Once you beat the dude like that, no, they want to fight you. You don't want to fight them. That's my.
All right, next one is from Stonebone Boxing. He says, peace, champ. After meeting you a few times in Omaha and Colorado Springs, your intellect is through the roof. More like a doctor, not a fighter. If you weren't a boxer, what would you be doing?
Man, I've sanitation work, man. I've always been really into, you know, the trash bin. They make like $70,000 a year. They do really well.
Yeah, they do. Plus, they get really good benefits too.
Benefits. You know, you work 8, you're done. You know, and we can do other things. But I mean, honestly, though, I think that I thought about elementary education when I was first in high school before I won, and then I was really glad that you know I won nationals when I did, because I don't, you know, elementary education is great, but it's a lot of patience. So it's a lot of patience.
Definitely.
I mean, trades. I mean, I'm just like I'm a pretty bright dude, but I still feel the need that, you know, I could go to. Some people will go to college to have the shittiest entry level marketing gig ever.
Mm-hmm.
You actually enjoy it. You learn how to build shit or work on a car, make decent money, and actually feel like a success in life. You know, you accomplish something. I mean, so for me, like my brain initially as a young man went to go to college, get the degree, do all this, and then, you know, you got a little older. I always kind of felt like the trade school, you know, would have been a really good look. Especially
better route.
They're wondering what to do in life. I mean, shit, there's plenty of careers. You know, you don't necessarily need to be a doctor in order to have a good living and feel fulfilled in life. So I think that I might have been a little bit of a drifter, to be real.
I'm a little bit taken back. I not taken back, but I'm like, you and your wife have a like flipping business, flipping houses?
No, we don't flip. Well, we don't flip houses. We have a rental properties. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I always see her fixing out. I thought you guys were buying and selling.
But we just we rent them out. It's like a, you know, real estate. You know, you hold on to it for as long as possible. You wait for the property values to go up. You know.
Are they're Airbnbs or they're rental properties?
We don't do Airbnb. These are.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, we do 1 year more leases.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you guys should start recording the construction, man. Might end up with one of those reality shows, because I watched one called Flippin' Vegas where the husband and wife do all the remodeling inside. Obviously not the actual remodeling, but the interior decorating, which is what it looks like your wife does, right?
To an extent. Yeah.
I've seen some stage photos there. I thought she did the furniture herself.
I mean, no, the furniture is a small part of it. The furniture tenants will typically bring in, but we're talking about, you know, all your drywall, you're making a house, you know, a shitty house that has holes knocked in it that you buy for the low, and you make it a very nice, livable house from inside to out. Sometimes you bring it down to studs, but, you know, and you make it look nice, but you're not going to go in there and be like, wow, this has got some feng shui. Like, nah, it's a house.
Okay. All right, so we got Sony, who says, hello, Mr. Brandt. Hope all is well with you and your family, dogs included. With the recent talks from Floyd Mayweather imploring fighters to fight within their demographic age group, I see you and maybe Jacobs or Charlo. Do you as well, or would prefer a little more seasoning for yourself before those challenges are sought after?
I am 29 years old. I'm not seasoning shit. Like, I want to fight. You know, I'm here to fight now. You know, I mean, obviously, demographic. I think that everybody, once you get to a fighting age, you're from the ages of 19 to 34. Like, that's your age demographic. These are grown ass men, and they can fight and you can hurt each other. So if you're talking about age demographic, I think that's fine. I mean, if you're talking age demographic for like people trying to fight 41-year-old Manny Pacquiao, like, nah, save that for Floyd. Watch Floyd fight. You guys are both over 40. Go ahead and go to work. I get that. Guys trying to go after, stars of the past. Like, I understand his aspects, and let Manny fight who he wants to fight. Like, I get that. But everybody else, you're sub 40 at 35 to whatever age you can turn pro area. I mean, you guys are all in the same age bracket. Young, healthy, in your prime men.
All right. Looks like the last one is from Israel in Oklahoma that says Oklahoma City is a good stopping point between Omaha and Dallas. When next time when you next come through, lunch on me. So that's it. Right there. I want to thank you again, Mr. Brandt, for coming on and always, keeping us updated with everything in your career. Obviously, we're gonna want to get you on back now when you get into not camp.
I'm with that. It sounds good.
But if you can, please give out any social media for those listening can follow. And man, thank you again.
Yeah, Instagram, Facebook, Robert Brandt USA. I appreciate it. I always love it, man. Everyone, make sure you guys sign up to Patreon. This is the realest boxing channel on YouTube, on Patreon, on everywhere. So make sure you guys check it out.
Oh, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. All right. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Robert Brandt. I'll go ahead and remove you. Thank you again. Yeah, man. So let's get in some of these callers here, and I don't know. I think I'm froze. I don't know if it's a software thing, so I'm just leaving you guys in there.
Yeah, audio was good.
Yeah, the audio was good, but
first time I actually get to talk to Rob. You guys obviously have had him on before, but very, very bright guy.
Very bright.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Very,
I'm glad
very
he had
well
to come
spoken.
on.
Very bright. Sorry, Brenda?
No, I'm saying I'm glad he came on to teach you guys, what Ryan should be doing.
I knew this was coming.
I know. I was like,
I knew this was coming, man. Let's go
I
to the
don't even know why I did it. I
to...
should have just not. And I thought, this man is very smart. He's gonna agree with me.
Man, Ness, rub it on your chest, Ness.
I was like, damn.
Rub it on
he
your
got
chest.
me there.
Hey, man, look, man. I mean, he knows, bro. Like, you guys, the fact that you guys are not respecting what Mayweather brings is crazy. But let's go out to these callers, man. We lost Skype, man. I don't know. I guess I'm having another freaking internet issue over here. I can't connect with the other Skype. I was just grateful that the guest Skype
Interview
was
didn't
good.
mess up.
Yeah. I had shut everything down, not to even go through it.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
All right. Let me go to King Born. Talk to us.
You just got destroyed, Mario. You know what I mean? Like I said, when you say goose, duck, you got to say what the luck. You know what I mean? And what's going on, Ryan Garcia? He ducking. Shout out to Rob Brandt. You know what I mean? He let everybody know what it is. That's ducking, man. Come on. You got a championship plus 200K. You don't want to fight the man? You ducking. You heard? You're ducking. Cut that out. Like right now, if Mario just slap his hand and say, stop that. We know that's a duck, yo. You know that's a duck. You know what I mean? So like I said, great show. Love it. Shout out to everybody in New York, Yeti, the other Spanish cat, you know what I mean? Gil from Castle Hill, all my truck brothers, you know what I mean? But like I said, that's a big duck, y'all. That's a big duck. That's my call.
All right. Thanks for calling in. Let me go to King Amin in Essex. What it do?
Just like the king is what I mean. My
The king is what I
Yo, great interview, TBV, great interview. Yo, and I had picked Grant over Murata. You know
You
what
just
I'm saying? I
started
picked
right
him
now.
over, but you know what I'm. All right, peace. What's good, fellas?
Chilling.
So yo, I like that interview. I definitely learned a lot more about his character, and because I had watched him come up a little bit. I think he started off on Showtime, and then for some reason he went over to Top Rank or something like that. But that was a good interview. Really the topic at hand. I mean, I sat so long this morning trying to figure out why it don't make sense to y'all. Like, yeah, I get it. We're moving into this digital age, man, but there's money. If you think you could beat the dude, you take the fight. Same thing we were saying about Wilder. It's no questions asked if somebody say, yo, I renegotiated, I'm guaranteed $250 million, but it's another $200 coming cash to get somebody that I think I should beat. If you could beat him, then you beat him. You don't, oh, no, man, I don't try to think. That's for when when you out with your girl and you got your church shoes on and you don't want to mess your clothes up. Man, I don't want to take the fight. That's when you do that, man. You don't do that in boxing. That's my call.
All right.
I mean, I just, the only thing I got to say is yeah, you could beat him and take the money. I get it. But if it's not part of the plan, why am I going to go and put myself in your agenda and what you want to happen for my life? But let's keep going to the callers, man. Let's keep going to the callers. But I guess there's no callers at the current status. Bro, Ryan Garcia is definitely not ducking my man Rollie, man. They not ducking him. Does he see him as a competitive fight? Probably does. He felt them a little bit when they were younger in the ring and sparring. But this is a fully developed Ryan. Not fully developed. I'll take that back. But a more developed Ryan. So why not? Why not, say no and tell you, yo, chill, bro. You ain't on my level. You ain't on my status to be granted a fight right now. Yeah, all that money sound good, and if you ain't scared, but that's just not the way it really kind of works, I mean, I took Rob's opinion. I liked his opinion because it was coming, I think, more from a fighter's perspective too. You know what I'm saying? But when you got all these ears around you, you're a young kid, because that's what Ryan is. He's young. And, you got all this advice coming your way. It's kind of hard for you to just say, hey, no, I want him. I want that money. I want to fight him. This is you're at that point. You're a young fighter and you don't know what's best for yourself either at that point. So, you got these advisors who've been in the game for a long time. So it's why do I really need to go that route? That's the question. I mean, that's the question that I present. Why? And I don't know if we could go to another caller, Mario, or if Ness is probably just taking care of something.
Nah, we good. I got some coming up. What happened was, I don't know, we had to start a whole new group. Okay, I can't get back into that group that I was with them. But let's go to New Orleans.
So interesting that you come across like a nice guy, but you're really a piece of shit. Hey, that comment. Come on. No, that was a piece of fuck you. That was a piece of shit. Rob, we're doing live TV. Man, I don't care. What's going to do about it? I'll kill this mother. Why do you have to talk like that? Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. You have a problem? Turn off your station. I'm the best ever.
Oh, man. What's up, Alex? I couldn't get on, man. I missed everything. I've been trying to get on. It kept knocking me off the Skype.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something wrong with that group. I think somebody hacked that group because I can't get on. But look, I added you to this call with other people on this call and it's working. So I don't know what's up with that, the other group we got.
So, I mean, what's the topic? Because basically, like I said, I was just...
Romero, Ryan. Damn, if you ain't been listening, yeah, it might be difficult for you, champ. There's a lot that happened.
Let me give him a quick breakdown. Rollie is one of Mayweather's fighters. He's famous for also having a sparring match with Ryan Garcia. So my man Mayweather had offered Ryan Garcia back in February an offer of 200 plus $1,000 in bonus, not just the purse, but in bonus if he got through. Romero would have guaranteed to get that championship fight with Gervonta. So we're arguing that why should Ryan Garcia even take that? Is he scared? Should he take it?
All right, so you saying should Ryan Garcia take the Rollie fight or the
the Rollie
Gervonta?
fight for a $200,000 bonus, and that's not including the purse money that he would get, with also a guarantee to fight Gervonta Davis if he fought Rollie now
for the title.
If you really want to fight Gervonta Davis, I mean, I think Ryan Garcia beats Rollie. I saw how he fight and stuff like that. He fight like a little strong man and stuff. But I think Ryan Garcia beat him. So if he really want to fight Gervonta Davis and it's guaranteed that he go get that fight next year, I'll take that fight. He should take that fight with Rollie.
I mean, yeah. And that's what Ness was arguing too, and I think that's what Rob Brandt, one of the guests that came on, I don't know if you were able to catch any of that. He came on too and said that, if you could beat him, if you think you could beat him, take it. Me and Mario were on another stance. We were just saying, like, does he need it?
Don't forget, Rob also said you can't buy the publicity. You can't pay for that publicity that Floyd brings.
Yeah, but I'm going off of what I see. And look like Rollie. I mean, I don't know, man. I saw the guy. He ain't no skill fighter. He look like a big strong kid.
So take that free money then. If they giving you your purse plus $200K just to beat them, and you get a title shot at Tank on pay-per-view, come on.
That's what I just said though. That's what I said. Take that fight. Take that stepping stone right there. And then fight Gervonta if it's guaranteed. If you really want to fight Gervonta Davis, that's the only thing. Do he really want to fight him?
Exactly. That's what Mario ain't want to get to. Mario ain't want to get to that point right there. Mario just want to make it like, oh, what do I need Rollie for? Why? Because it lead to Davis, baby. And yeah, man. Let's go out to Juan in the BX. What up?
Juan.
But he basically said everything I was about to say. ¿Qué pasa, loco? Que la vaina.
What up?
Trying to get away from the generator and shit. Yeah. Somebody, I don't know which one of you guys are saying it, but y'all basically said everything I was gonna say and shit. Like which route Rollie was stuff. I mean, what's his name? Ryan was supposed to take or whatnot.
So you want him?
But yeah, I definitely think he should. I mean, at first, fuck Rollie, but now it's like, yeah, he should have. If that's the case, you're gonna get that Mayweather publicity. Like they said, it's true. It's true. That boxing made a lot of sense there too when it comes to how fast you want to reach the championship level and shit. And that's, I think, going Gervonta Davis's route is the way to go, pretty much. If that's what you're trying to reach and you think you're ready for it, why not go for it now instead of wait for later and shit? Become famous quick, just like Floyd did. He went to Oscar early. Well, he worked his way up early, and once he took Oscar out, that's it. He's the money man. You take Gervonta out, you're the money man, and you got everybody and your Instagram and everything included. Yo.
But like,
yo,
is
y'all can
it
hear
really
me?
a duck? Is it really a duck when you're like a young 19?
Nah, come on. You ain't ducking shit, bro.
You got guys giving you a whole bunch of advice, and you don't know where you're going, right? You're young. You don't know the totality of the business. I don't think Ryan would be the one ducking.
Nah. I said you're right. I say you was correct too. I said that he ain't ducking. He's just that he's following the route that his team is making him go through. It's just he's a young man, so he ain't really got control of his game like that yet. But
I know he got
he's
control
following
of that
whatever
social
Oscar says in
media.
Golden Boy.
He got control of that social
That's
media.
the only thing he can control.
He talking like he want to fight.
Exactly. So once you talk like that, you need to back it up. I'll smack the shit out of Henry Cejudo if I was him too. Go to the UFC, slap his bitch ass up real quick, fucking midget talking motherfucker, and then come back to the boxing world and fuck everybody else up. If you got it like that. Not that, and we all find out.
Killing me with the curses, man. Y'all want us to starve out here. We going to Stonebone Boxing. Talk to me.
What up? What up?
What up?
Hey, that's some money. We just seen him do a TMZ style press conference because he was only getting 100,000. He was like, I just want 25,000 or whatever it was. So a $200,000 bonus. That's double probably what he made already in his purse. And it's not gonna happen because Oscar, when he look at that fight, he sees a British press guy versus Amir Khan. He see his fighter standing high with fast hands, but chin in the air, and a strong guy that probably only way to beat him is to knock him out, and it's a possibility he could do it. So he ain't gonna let that happen. I don't think. Listen, Ryan looks nice. He throws some nice combinations on the bag, but as you look at him, he's throwing shots from his chest. He don't know nothing about the phone. You ain't never seen Ryan on the phone when he throw a punch. Every time he throw a punch, his chin is just open, exposed. He got a long neck, so that's a problem too in fighting. So he's gonna have to.
He said he got a long neck, and that's gonna be a problem too. I love Snowball.
We got Izzy, Oklahoma.
Hey, yeah, good morning. Hey man, dude's too young, career-wise and in life, to turn down fights, especially at that level. Take the Rollie fight, then take Linares or take Tank. Whoever wins, Tank in Santa Cruz. Whatever you got to do, man, just stay fighting. Fight some big names. I think it's a duck.
Thank you, brother.
Damn.
I don't get.
He was firm in that stance too.
Yeah, he
I think it's a duck.
Yo, no, you know what? Never mind. I already said it. That's all right. People don't feel the way I feel. It's fine. Like, it's cool. Like, I'm not mad. I'm not salty. You know what I mean? I learn every day. That's how I feel.
Were we this hard on any of the other young boys coming up right now?
Oh, man. That's exactly what I was... Bro, that's crazy. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Taking maybe not taking a fight that the fans wanted to. I'm going to have to come...
Bruh, listen, Devin Haney...
Nobody who fought Fonseca that we said they should step up and fight the best in the world.
Listen to me. No, the thing is that you guys are not realizing where we at. Devin Haney was the mandatory to Vasil, and he wasn't cowering away. He wanted his fight. You know what I mean? Teofimo fought and knocked out Comey in what, 14 fights? Like, stop saying we rushing this dude. Like, everyone else in his division is a champion. Like, he's talking shit about champions and doesn't want to be a champion.
He's the youngest one, I think, though, out of all of these guys. Right?
Like, y'all bugging already. The kid glove's been off. Teofimo, how many fights he got? And he went in there with a champ, a proven champ.
Yeah, he fast-paced.
You got to call Comey proven because he lost to Easter in a tight fight, came back, and still became a champ. Like, come on, man. People out here trying to fight. Devin talking about, give me Garcia, give me Vasil, give me Broner. These dudes want $20 million to fight. He wanted $20 million to fight Devin. Come on, man. Like, Devin went in the ring. Everything we asked him to do. Club Elaine him, he went in the ring. Posted videos of beating him up in sparring. Posted videos of beating him up in the Olympics or the trials or amateurs. He can't get him to fight him. He can't get him to fight. My man don't want to fight nobody. But it's okay because he going to fight Linares. And Linares is a 3-division champ, so that makes it all right on BoxRec. Trey in the Bay.
Hey, yeah, what's up?
What up?
Can y'all hear me? Ryan's not ready, man. That's why they not really putting him in there with nobody. I've been talking about his chin being in the air. Tank gonna knock that boy out the ring. Teofimo knocks him out the ring. I did notice in his last fight, he put his chin down 2 or 3 times, but shit, that ain't gonna help him. That's my call.
Damn, yo, Ryan, chin in the air, long neck.
Decatur, Georgia. Lids low, what up?
Hey, what's happening, fella? Morning to you.
Morning.
Man, this is what we had in boxing, bro. See, this is why I was getting so upset about it.
Yo,
I can not for nothing, but Lids Low is legit like he's a underrated car of the year. Like he's that underdog pick. I think he belongs in the top 3.
So you trying to nominate?
Yeah, man, I nominate Lids Low. I
don't know why, because he said everything I said.
But that's what I'm saying. See, I'm not like you. I'm not biased. Like I could give people their props when they make good calls, even if it's not making my point. So like that's why I could vote for Brandon and Lids Low, but you don't like to vote for Stonebone. So I got you.
What you mean I don't like to vote for Stonebone?
I said you only like to vote for Stonebone.
I mean, you could only nominate one. Like, damn, how many nominations you making?
Oh, I thought we could just nominate as many as we wanted.
I mean, you could vote, I guess, but I mean.
All right, well,
I mean, I don't even know.
I don't even
know how you do that. I don't even know how you do that. You're gonna nominate both and vote for both? Like, what the hell?
Nah, nominate what? The nomination is like.
Mario thought he was.
No, listen.
Mario thought he
was able to give love to multiple.
He needs the nomination to get in the conversation. Without the nomination, he can't even be there to get voted on. So someone has to
nominated Brandon, so I nominate Liz.
Someone has to nominate you. Like I mean, obviously we could sit down collectively and be like, all right, we're doing Caller of the Year, and it's like, oh yeah, what about Liz? And it's like, yeah, Liz, and we put it in. But it's always been people nominate like, yo, I think this dude's called.
Oh, okay, my bad. We can't nominate because when we first did it, we were able to nominate.
You could. What I'm saying is,
I just can't nominate a bunch of people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
got you. Okay.
It's always been someone else suggested so-and-so be a Caller of the Year. So it went like that, like nominees, who nominated them. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
And obviously the person that's nominating you really holds weight, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like Info Joe, like if it's a long time listener that's like, yo, so-and-so is my favorite caller nomination. But we're gonna have polls. We're gonna have polls. But this is how we at least have some names in the running. You know what I mean?
This was like a hardcore wake up. You know what I'm saying, from Liz Lowe. Like, I totally agree, man. It's a young man's sport. All these young fighters and all the dodging still going on. Like, it got to come to a point where all these guys are just gonna have to be fighting each other. Like,
bro, he's mad. He's mad. Listen to me. You seen the paper trail that he's upset, and when they renegotiated, they only gave him $250. Devin Haney got paid $1 million not to fight Ryan. You understand? Ryan told Floyd, "I'll fight Rollie, but when I beat him, give me $1 million." Devin Haney already got that, and his next fight is gonna be $1 million. This is what I'm saying. Stop saying you want Tank. Stop saying you want $1 million when you don't, because they offering you Tank. And that's more than $1 million because it's got pay-per-view upside. And I don't have nothing against him. I don't want him to get mad at me. I'm just saying, like, we are dissecting Floyd's comment. Is Floyd lying? I don't think he's lying. Ryan is ducking this fight. Let me get to and at this level, you can, yo, come on, bro. At this level, Brandon, talk to me.
There you go. Hey, good morning, fellas. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give a couple of nominees. The Liz Lowe and Ohio Runs Boxing, them two of my favorite callers. They both come with heat. I agree with everything he said, man. I said it not too long ago on the back call. It gets annoying when we got young guys talking negotiations and the money, and they ain't really did shit yet. And it's bad enough we get it from the top dogs, and when we get it from the young cats, it's like, God damn, man, we just want to see some fights. But we got a lot to do with that, man. We put guys like Ryan and Devin and all them cats on a pedestal when they ain't done much. That's why I say let's get behind guys like Stephen Fulton. You know, he fought, Blue Nose and Joshua Don't Bleed Greer when they were all young and undefeated. You know, he wasn't playing them type of
Bruh, he
games.
pretty
So
high on himself. Let me tell you, I've been trying to get Stephen Fulton on for 2 months. He pretty high
I mean,
on
he's been
himself.
on here before though, so it ain't like he ain't never been on the show. But he probably got some shit going on. But that's why I'm saying, like, let's get behind guys like that. Lil B-Hop's fought undefeated prospects. The guys we don't put on them pedestals is the guys that go out there and do that work. So I agree with Ness, man. I would like the Rollie fight. I mean, we can't say he's not ready for he's not ready for Javante, but then say, oh, this guy is too low. It's like, goddamn, who he's supposed to fight then? But as far as Floyd, you can't be negotiating with the fighter. We get on Eddie Hearn all the time about that shit. You got to talk to his management, his promoters. We always hear these guys say, call Al, call Al. So you should know you can't negotiate with Ryan. You got to call Oscar. So that's where I stand with that. But that's my call.
Yo, nah, listen. When the first offer happened, they put a stop and desist order on Floyd. You know what I mean? They sure did. I sent these guys that article too. So, but that's why Floyd got to do it in the media. Not in the media, yeah, in the media like that. Social media, and let it go viral because, last time they put a stop and desist on him. Intrigue, what it do?
Hell no. He mad because I get the better fights. He mad because they still like me more. He mad because I got better numbers. He mad because he can't beat Keith Thurman. That's why he mad. Hell no. So once I get on that stage and I come at you, better not duck me, son. You better not duck me, son. I'm telling you.
What up?
Damn, birds chirping. What up with you? You in the park?
In paradise.
Doing my run. Hey, am I missing something, man? Did Ryan or somebody say they didn't want to fight? Because I didn't hear that, right?
Well, of course.
Good point.
I mean, his counter was, I'll fight him, but when I beat him, give me $1 million. And we just went over the fact that he just made $250,000 for Francisco Fonseca and $250,000 for Romero Duno. Before that, he was being paid $50,000.
Right. Okay. I missed that part because I had to step away. Okay. Yeah. Nah. He need to take that. You know what I mean? He need to take that fight. Go ahead and be rolling and get that fight with Tank. That's what I would do. You know what I mean? It makes sense. But I know a couple people called in and said they got Tank beating Garcia. He ain't ready. I see it a whole other way. I get Garcia beating Tank. I know I'm probably not. It's one of the few that see it that way, but that's how I see it. I don't really put Tank that high up on my with the young guns coming up. So that's my thought.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
And,
they-
I don't want it to fall by the wayside. I know Mario, for argument's sake and being a host, like, he's doing that. But, like, logical fans know Ryan Garcia, Gervonta Davis is on pay-per-view. It's on pay-per-view. And, he would be making history. Maybe. Look, I'm not taking a shot
I
at
agree.
you. I'm not
No,
taking
no,
a shot
I-
at you. I'm just saying maybe I don't know history, and there's someone's gonna put in the comments the pay-per-view for
Highly
the
doubt
guy
it.
that had a title
Highly
shot.
doubt it. I
But
don't think that's ever
I
happened.
don't remember ever anyone
Listen, the
getting
only
a
way
title
that's
shot on
happened
pay-per-view.
is a local market pay-per-view like they did Chavez Jr., John Duddy. Do y'all remember that one? That was actually on pay-per-view for those that don't remember. And it was like
that was
real
top rank
weird
pay-per-view.
It was a top rank pay-per-view, but actually it was a split pay-per-view promotion, 3-way with Top Rank, I think it was Zanfer, but I can't remember. Anyway, the
thought
point
it
I
was
was trying to
Duddy's
make is
promoter.
that, yeah, that doesn't count to me, though. Like, when I think of pay-per-view, I don't think of a fight that's just too expensive to put on regular TV, and they know it's going to get 75,000 buys, or even less. God damn it. My bad. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. Anyway, excuse me. That Izzy cut just popped up. So anyway, yeah, I agree. I think it would be on pay-per-view, honestly. I guess my point that I was trying to clarify is I don't think it would be on pay-per-view because I don't think they would even put it on right now. I think they would wait to put it on pay-per-view till it got bigger. So essentially I'm saying they wouldn't even make the fight until the pay-per-view is ready.
Let me tell you something. Let's argue that, or at least explore that, right? Because
sure.
For it to get bigger, the traditional way, unless you can think of another scenario, would be for Ryan to get a title. In my opinion, there's no title winnable for the young man at 35. So again, if you're getting a direct route to the, that's like yo telling Charlo, yo, go fight Brandon Adams again, and you get Canelo. Like you're getting a direct route to the biggest pay-per-view in your division.
Okay. I think that you're missing the point here now because you're absolutely right. You go look at the champions, and is there any low-hanging fruit? Not at all. It's Lomachenko, Lopez, or Haney. That is it. Gervonta's got a WBA regular, whatever. But I think what you're not understanding is that the whole point of not taking Rollie to get Tank is because they're waiting. When they wait, ultimately, Teofimo's going to be gone from this weight class in a year and a half, if that. Devin Haney's growing by the second. He will be gone from this weight class. Okay.
So you're saying strategically duck. That's what Floyd is saying. Stop ducking.
Bro, you're tripping to call that a duck for a kid who's never fought nobody. Like I don't. I'm sorry. We can't go in circles again though.
Teofimo wasn't a kid. Haney ain't a kid. What are you talking about, G?
What are you talking about? Teofimo's about to go into his biggest fight with Lomachenko, which is essentially what the Gervonta Davis fight represents, and he came off the Comey fight. Come on.
They're all the same age.
Oh my. Okay, but they're not the same experience.
Okay,
so we've been seeing Devin Haney.
But Teofimo did it.
Didn't even know what a Cobra bag was when Devin Haney was on Showtime.
Listen to me. Teofimo did it. He fought no one and fought Comey. He fought no one and fought Comey. You gonna give him credit for? You gonna give him credit for who? Mason Menard?
No. First of all,
the Japanese dude. The Japanese dude?
Listen to me. First of all, that was the worst thing you should have said because Teofimo is a prime example of what Ryan Garcia can do. They gave Teofimo, bro, we just watched a top rank fight from 2014 and Teofimo was on the undercard and it was on HBO. Yo, that was 2012. My bad. 2013, 2012. Bro, he has been getting that treatment like undercard here, undercard there, TV fight, veteran, exposure. Bro, Ryan Garcia could do the same thing. Like, they don't need to go that route. That's my whole point. That's not a duck because you got options. And it's crazy to me because it's the same thing you say about PBC fighters. Like, it's not a duck. They're not ducking Crawford. It's that they got options. And this man's got options. He's got different routes he can go. That's my only point. Again, I don't want to go in circles.
Don't go in circles because literally you think this is going to be a punchline. But you just keep burying yourself. You made my case again. You just said that Teofimo has gotten exposure on undercards and television cards. The same thing I said Ryan hasn't been getting. He has not been. Wait, let me finish so hopefully it fucking clicks, champ. He hasn't been getting it. He's also the lowest fruit. He's also the one that doesn't have a title. He's also the one that doesn't make $1 million. Everyone else is making $1 million plus. And they're offering you a direct route to that lifestyle. That's what they're telling you, brother. Don't you see that?
Yeah, I listen, again, I hear you. Who's getting I see it.
Everyone getting a. You think Vasil ain't getting over $1 million, Alex?
No,
he got 4 belts.
Young fighters.
Haney's getting $1 million. Haney's getting $1 million. And what you think? What you think Teofimo's gonna get when he fights Vasil in the fucking unification? Come on, guys.
He hasn't gotten $1 million yet.
Check what he got for Comey. It's gonna be more than a quarter. It's gonna be more than a quarter.
But my man, but I'm saying though, like, just because somebody doesn't have to go the hard route doesn't make him a duck. Now, I know that doesn't completely, poke holes in what you just said, because what you just said is very, very intelligent, and what you just said is a very good point. But again, it just goes back to the point that I'm trying to make, is that this kid is still inexperienced in a lot of ways.
So then you're saying he is ducking.
He needs to grow. You're trying to get him to go from Sonya Blade to Shang Tsung with nobody in between. You feel me? You got to fight them dudes that get you closer and get you that experience.
Mario,
you got to ease your way into it like an old man into a bathtub. You feel me? Like, you can't just jump in that pool, bro. Like, you're going to get burned.
Why do you do this? You're literally saying all up and down this show, young kid, he's not ready. So then it's a duck. It don't matter who's doing it. It's a duck.
Sure. Rollie's then, okay. Well then,
okay, Mario. What about
ducking
this?
everybody in the welterweight division, and Berlanga's ducking everybody in the. What
about this, Mario? What about this? What if Ryan says, "Look, I'll take the Rollie fight, but I have the option to come back and fight on DAZN, then go see Gervonta. I don't want to go right into it." Because you seem to be grabbing onto Gervonta being next instead of ducking Rollie for double the money that you've ever gotten as a bonus alone. Let alone the exposure, let alone the promotion. And don't forget the other bonuses, which were the title shot that you don't have, and everyone else in your age bracket that you fought in the amateurs has a belt.
I'm surprised you made that point. That's crazy. Someone like you who knows the sport the way they do, man, shame on you. Listen to me. The only reason to take that fight with Rollie is for both of those scenarios in which he gains $200,000 as a bonus and gets a shot at Tank. Those are the incentives. Okay, so if you take one incentive away and you make it a little nicer by saying, hey, you could come back and get it anytime you want, well, then it goes back to the same thing that we were saying, is that he can go his own route and still get the Tank fight on his own demand. So then what are you talking about? Paying some dude an exorbitant amount of money to fight a guy that doesn't really make that kind of money? Like, that's just a terrible move as a promoter, A. And B, for you to know that, I mean, if you don't think Golden Boy has a plan that's going to get this kid paid $1 million by fighting lesser opponents, like, you're crazy. You know what I'm saying? But to have him fight right now for more money against the least opponent out of anybody else ahead of him, that's, I don't know. I just don't get the logic in it. You know what I'm saying? I don't get the logic.
We got to drop this, but I presented all the facts. You're just saying stuff, and it's not fair because you're dragging the show. I presented all the facts. He literally had to go on social media. There's quotes on his own social media saying, Oscar, stop this. Call me. You haven't even called me. Because Oscar was on social media blasting him. Eric was on social media blasting him. And with all that crybaby negotiations, he only landed at a quarter. $250,000. Let me finish.
I get it.
Let me finish. $250,000 for those people that don't really get math. Everyone else in his division is making $1 million or more. And you're still arguing all this other stuff, bro. Like, I mean, let's just let it go,
First of all,
man.
I'm not slowing down
Let's
shit
just let
because
it go.
I told you
no,
5
because
times to stop going around in circles, and you
said
keep bringing
right
it
now.
up.
You
so
said
stop.
no.
Look,
You said listen to what you said.
If,
let me finish so you can hear. You said if you don't think Golden Boy got a plan for this kid, you're crazy. Meanwhile, this kid just had to cry. How many months ago? Wait, let me finish. September, October, November, December, and we're in what? What month are we in now? May. 8 months ago. 8 months ago, he had to cry to get 250. And now it shows that when he fights, he gets 250, not $1 million, not pay-per-view, and not a title shot.
let me show you how you just shot yourself in the head. Because you don't watch other sports, you don't understand contract negotiations, and you don't understand renegotiating while you're under contract. Okay, that happens at every other sport: baseball, football, basketball. And when that player resigns, they got the bag. Okay, and meetings have gone through, and negotiations have gone through, and there is a clear path for that player. And that's the exact same thing that's happened with Ryan Garcia. So to bring that point up, it's nonsensical, you know. And I get it. You don't watch other sports. Not a big deal. We could move on from that. But yeah, it just doesn't help your argument. That's basically what you're saying, is that he cried and then got his way. Like, that's exactly what you want when you're with a promoter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to cry and get your way. You get your way. That's great.
And my way was $250,000, my friend. That is his purse. Since the negotiation, that's what he's got 2 times. So there's no upside. You're still talking about receiving. Come on, bro. Like, it's a fight.
You think
with
he'll make
Tank.
$1 million nets with Linares?
Do you think he'll make $1 million with Linares if he had to cry to get 250?
I think he makes it.
All
I
right.
think that the reason that he hasn't been
I'm
able
gonna
to make
Google.
that
I'm
money
gonna
is
Google
because,
what. I'm gonna
the
Google what
opponents
Linares got.
Haven't demanded that type of money.
Listen, I know boxing well enough to know that if Ryan Garcia wasn't getting anything close to what Mayweather's offering him now, that he would be letting us know, and he would be very unhappy, and he'd be making a lot of noise, like he's already done before, by the way.
Let me
which
go
he's
to
already
this
done before,
counterpunch.
so we know he would do it. We know he is that kind of fighter. But what I'm saying is that, you know, to do it his way or to do it Floyd's way, because that's what I'm trying to get through to you, is you aren't looking at it as Ryan Garcia's promoter. You're looking at it from as Rollie's promoter.
Mario,
and yeah,
man,
it makes
you
great
really
sense
need
for
to
Rollie.
stop
But at
this,
the end of the
man.
day,
It doesn't
you
make for good
don't,
radio.
You're not looking at it. You're not looking at it as if that's your fighter, if that's your dude, and some other guy's dictating those terms and what's going to happen, who you're going to fight now, who you're going to fight next. Like, that's, man,
Mario,
he's not signed with Mayweather Promotions.
This
homie.
doesn't
Like, that's,
make
you
for
just got to
good
get over that.
radio, bro. Like, just to like disagree, to be the guy. It doesn't make for good radio.
I don't know why you're saying that shit.
Arguing.
It don't make any sense. Either you don't understand what I'm saying, and that's fine, we can move on, or you're gonna keep going in circles and we don't understand each other. Like, what do you want me to do? I don't understand at this point. I've made a point. You've made a point. What the fuck do you want from me?
You know, that your point. That's what I'm trying to say. You keep thinking you're making a point. How are you making a point? By arguing that a promoter is doing a good job for a fighter that had to cry in renegotiations and still doesn't get paid $1 million and still doesn't have a title shot. And let me finish, because you asked for information, Alex. Linares only made $1 million one time in his life, and that was with Top Rank and Vasil. Do you want to hear what his purses sound like? So you won't even dare to think that Garcia, that Garcia's gonna make some money? His purses sound like this: 10,000, 60, 120. Let me tell you, his loss with DeMarco, 60,000 on HBO. Okay?
I mean, he was taking trips across seas at times to fight. You know,
talking about the B-side in the fight. What does that dictate the A-side?
Now he's the B-side. Now he's the B-side. I'm telling you what he made in his career, and you're trying to act like that's irrelevant. How the fuck if this guy don't make $1 million, if this guy don't make $1 million, how is Ryan gonna make $1 million?
Well,
that doesn't make any sense at all. That makes zero sense. What are you talking about? So he can't make $1 million.
Go ahead.
So you can't make $1 million against somebody else that's making it. Listen, I'm not saying, first of all, that he's going to make $1 million. Okay, Doomy said that. I don't think he's necessarily wrong, but I'm just saying that this isn't a one fight. You're like thinking of this as lottery, bro. Like, this isn't the Powerball. What the fuck are you talking about? This isn't drafting the lottery on NBA for draft picks. Like, this is a plan. And in a 5-fight time span, if he makes X amount versus going the Rollie route, like, no, one way is better than the other. That's not ducking. That's called making a good business decision. And again, neither one of us know it. Like, that's what's crazy about this whole thing, is that you keep talking indefinites. You keep talking about facts. Yeah, you're just giving facts that don't prove your point. Like it's still anybody's guess.
Look, just to let you guys know, Teofimo versus Richard Comey purses. They didn't say how much Lopez was gonna make. I don't know if you guys could probably find that figure, but they said that Comey's purse would be about $750,000. His last fight, Comey beat Ray Beltran for the title and earned a $350,000 payday plus $20,000 of Beltran's purse as a punishment for Beltran being overweight. So damn, Comey was making that money. And honestly, like, I guess Comey is making that money because he's proven, right? Because he's been proven. He's a proven fighter. And that's where it goes to with Ryan Garcia and why he wasn't making that money, or why Golden Boy's probably not making them that, giving them those higher paydays, is because he still isn't a proven fighter, quote unquote. Teofimo Lopez, before he fought Comey, he fought. I'm not saying that anybody knew this guy, but I for one thought that this Nakatani guy was a tough guy. He gave him a tough fight. I know, Teo might have been going through some things or whatnot, but he was still nonetheless a tough guy. He fought Diego Magdaleno. He and I know Ness probably gave a little shit for Mason Menard, but Mason Menard was he was a tough guy. He was supposed to be like a test, and he KO'd him in the first round. So he's kind of garnered enough reputation in order to be able to say, yo, you got to pay up. Ryan Garcia hasn't done that. He hasn't done that. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know how much this boost in fame coming from the IG and all the other social medias is going to help him in trying to get that leverage to get that higher payday.
Oh, I get that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, does he get paid? If Ryan Garcia, who is he fighting next? He was supposed to be fighting Fonseca.
Linares?
Oh,
No,
he beat Fonseca.
Yeah,
He's supposed
he
to
beat
be
Fonseca.
All right, so like Linares never made a payday that high, but I'm wondering now, does Ryan Garcia have enough stock in order to be able to make it to where maybe not $1 million, but where he's getting paid a lot, or maybe the biggest payday of Linares' life? He is checking out, right? He ain't gonna check out for a low payday, that's for sure.
Well, I think there was definitely a reason why he re-signed. You know what I mean? I think there was definitely a reason why Golden Boy, after he went as far as he did to say the things that he did and put everything out there, there's a reason why they stayed with them. There's a reason why they wanted to keep him, and so they were quick to mend those fences. I think it's just the only point for me. Like the callers called in, and it sounded like they agreed with Ness, but not really. Most of them were saying, we want to see the best fights. We want to see the best fight the best. These young kids need to fight the best. That's not what the Rollie fight is, and that's not what it represents. And whether or not it represents a closer or a quicker shot to Tank, that's really the question. But if you want that Tank fight and you're a fighter, you want it on your terms, especially if you can prove to be
They want the best fight and the best. That's why they all said they want Ryan versus Rollie, because Ryan ain't on the level of the other champions. He's just not.
The best versus the best is Rollie versus Ryan?
Yup. Neither one has proven anything.
Saying this kid's done nothing.
No, you know what? I don't think
neither has proven anything. Has Ryan looked flashy winning his fights? Yes, just like Romero. Who are they fighting?
Yeah, they're not fighting anybody. That's why I don't see how you can call it the best versus the best.
It's the best of the prospects. Just like Earl got prospect of the year, this is the best of the prospects. Stephen Fulton does it all the time.
These prospects are not fighting each other for a reason. None of these prospects are facing each other right now for a reason, because everybody's trying to marinate a fight.
That's not true.
Trying to marinate a fight, trying to protect their investment, whatever it may be. I think the real question we're debating here is, whatever happened to be daring to be great, right?
That is not true. Chris Colbert is doing it. Fighters do it. You have to want to fight them. You gotta want to fight, and that's what we arguing, that Ryan don't want to fight. Romero is trying to be great, but you ain't arguing his point. He's trying to be great.
They said that on the chat about Primetime, but Primetime obviously doesn't have this big, huge attention machine that's gonna, put him out there. He doesn't have the crazy following.
He don't got Floyd. He don't got Floyd.
For Primetime's doing it. He's getting hits from the mud, and he will. Once he gets those belts, he won't be denied. So, it's a different route for Primetime right now, but he's the type of fighter that he'll fight anybody. You know what I'm saying? And he's out there. He has the experience. Ryan Garcia is just to this point, bro. He's still, and I'm looking at it right.
Not
if I was
in
Golden
control.
Boot's camp.
He's not in control. You just compared a dude right there. Why could Chris do it? Go check how many undefeated fighters Chris fought. Go see how old Chris is, how many fights he got, and what interim title he got.
You're saying Ryan's not in control? I'm sorry.
Yes, he's not in control.
Okay.
He's not in control.
No, I agree.
He's not in control. There's
I
no
agree.
way. If he's in control, then he's ducking. It can't be. It can't be one or the other.
Point I made.
It can't be one or the other. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But
I'm
holding him.
The first point I made.
I'm holding him to the fire because I don't do interviews for nothing. We've had managers and promoters here. He is the franchise. They listen to him and also work for him. He cuts them a check. He's got to write that off on his taxes. He pays his promoter, his manager, his trainer, his nutritionist. He pays them. He is the business.
I got you. You're absolutely right. But listen, look, I know this is a cheap shot, and please don't take it the way that it sounds. Don't make it sound like I'm trying to like rub your nose. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody's, picked wrong. But I'm gonna be real. This is very, very similar to what happened with Canelo and you. You know what I mean? You trashed Canelo for 2-3 years. You said he wouldn't fight it. You said he wasn't fighting anybody. You said he was terrible. You said so many things about him. But then at some point, his career got on the track in which Golden Boy knew it would get on, and that got parallel with the track that you felt he should be on. And now he's one of your favorite fighters. And all I'm saying is that right now, at 21 years old, or 22, whatever, Ryan Garcia is at a certain point where the best fighters, Fonseca is one of the best fighters he's ever fought. There's going to be a time where that's not the case. And whether he's ready now or whether he's ready in a year and a half, that's not going to make any difference when we look at the legacy of what this kid creates.
And this
if
is
he
what
can
I
create
mean.
something special. And then we'd look back and say the Rollie was just would have
And
been
this is what I mean about bad radio. You know what I mean? Because you just want to be the opposite argument of me. But by bringing up the Canelo, I was against Canelo, right? All the way until Trout. But what did Canelo show me in Trout, Alex? What Ryan is not showing me. Canelo told his promoters, I pay you. Shut the fuck up. Make the Trout fight with the southpaw that just beat Cotto, regardless of what Eric Gomez says, Robert Diaz, and you, Oscar. And then after that, shut up again. Give me the Laura fight. He can't get in my press conference after I just beat Trout and disrespect me. Get him in here. I probably said that wrong because I don't think it was Trout after Laura. I mean, Trout.
It wasn't
Laura
Laura
it did happen, though.
But I get the point
did
that
happen.
you're making.
It did happen. Ryan ain't doing it, man. We can't be here forever. No rebuttal. Let me go to this counterpunch, then you go. Not that you can't rebuttal. We just have to go to this counterpunch.
Go for it.
JT, go.
JT. Muted, Chin.
Yeah, to get to my phone, man. I've been sent that counter punch. But it's basically what I agree with Ness on this topic, even though I disagree with him with the Canelo thing. I still think that Canelo is ducking. But Mario, you making excuses for Ryan Garcia. If Ryan Garcia got them big boy pants on, running his mouth on social media saying he'll fight these people, he should be able to step up and take those fights. Rollie and him is on the same level. They really ain't fighting nobody. So I think that will be a good fight for him to step up and take that fight and then fight a Gervonta Davis. If he really want to fight these guys, that's the way to go at it. And then on top of that, you're getting a $200,000 more bonus to your purse. So why not take the fight? It sounds like you making a bunch of excuses, and everything we trying to prevent to go on in boxing, Mario. You're saying it's okay to do. If you keep running your mouth on social media saying you won't fight these people, now you need to write that check, and your ass need to cash it, and that's how I feel. You can't.
Real quick though,
He's
like
so right.
he's saying like, he's calling people out, but like he's not calling out Romero. And look, I'm gonna tell you one thing we didn't exercise in this whole debate is one thing that fighters sometimes do, especially in position of power. Some fighters, I might even say Canelo has done it. Maybe I don't want to give you a shot. Maybe I don't want you to be on my card. Maybe I don't like the way you've been talking to me on social media, calling me a pussy and all this other stupid shit. Excuse my language, but it gets that serious because, like, at the same time, I'm a human being. I know I got the cards. I know I'm popping. And then if me and you fight, you're gonna be more popping. It just doesn't work that you got
But
Mayweather.
you don't got that luxury.
Now I'm gonna be the only one benefited from the clout. You're gonna benefit from my clout too. So it's like, why do I want to give you a shot? Maybe I don't like you. Maybe I don't care about the fight about fighting you. It's just it could be something as simple as that.
It's like I said, man. We can't argue in circles because the fighter, Robert Brandt, told you. And you guys just don't value. I keep using the same words. You don't value what Mayweather brings because you're not understanding. But the proof is in Gervonta. There's no other fighter with the numbers of a Gervonta. And you know why? Because Mayweather only promotes him.
Well, I would say that I don't think you understand it fully either, because to use Rob Brandt's words, it definitely holds weight, but I will tell you that the question wasn't even presented the right way, because you could say, yeah, you want to fight Canelo going this route, or do you want to become Canelo going your own route? Because Rob Brandt don't have that luxury. Ryan Garcia possibly does. And that was the missing X factor in asking him the question. I thought it was a better idea to do it the way that you did, honestly. But then after it came out, I was like, damn, but it doesn't really still ring true, because, Rob's a fighter. Rob's a guy who's going to have to fight his way into a Canelo fight, after a couple of years. Rob's a guy who's going to have to continue to work to get those shots. He's a great fighter, but, he doesn't have that appeal coming out. I don't think they really promoted him right, to be honest with you, until recently. But that was the missing X factor in the conversation. But again, like I said an hour ago, we shouldn't go around circles and circles. So,
hey man,
that could
just
be my
remember
last
this.
word. Made for great talk, though.
Remember this.
Both of you. I honestly, I spoke the least amount between you two on this one, but I was very into what you guys were saying, and that's why I would just blurt out every now and then what I thought. But both of you were making amazing points.
Remember this. Last time Floyd backed the person and insinuated, he only insinuated then. He didn't verbally say what he said about Ryan. He never said Keith Thurman is ducking Earl Spence. All he did was throw Earl Spence in his way. Threw him in his way, like, nah, don't worry, you ain't fighting me, fight Earl Spence. And it was over. Keith's image was destroyed. It didn't matter how many belts he won, how many titles he unified. People say he was ducking Earl. Earl ain't did nothing. People say he was ducking Earl. He took undefeated records, he was ducking Earl. Earl was 14-0, he was ducking Earl. So he could be ducking Earl when Earl's 14-0. Earl could tell you in the last podcast he did with the basketball players that when he was 14-0, he was in his feelings because he was calling out Keith Thurman and he ain't want to give him a shot. So now he ain't giving him a shot, right? But Romero can't be 11-0 and be getting ducked. That's my final thoughts, man. Get the fuck out of here.
Stop cursing.
My bad, YouTube. Yo, but yeah. How you gonna be 11-0? You can't duck, huh? But Earl was getting ducked. Mario froze over there.
No, I didn't freeze.
That's
I already gave my final
That's
thoughts.
GTO. Instagram and Twitter. It's over. I dropped
At
the mic
Mugia
on
on Instagram, at Mugia on Twitter. Peace.
And you can catch me on IG, Alex_Doomsday_LAINEZ. On Twitter, AlexLinusTBV. And on Twitter, same handle, Alex _
Yo, I
Doomtech
forgot all my
_
boomerangs.
LAINZ.
Hold on, I gotta go to my boomerangs. Intrigue, talk to me.
Yeah, good point, man. I just want to change subjects real quick because I couldn't call in yesterday. What you think about Espinosa talking about he's setting up a big fight with Boots? You think it could be Broner that he trying to set up for him?
Hell no, Burner ain't fighting
Nah,
nobody
cause that
like
ain't
that.
gonna make
Yo,
no $10 million.
if people said Floyd wouldn't fight a slick black fight, I ain't never seen Broner fight one. And the last time he did fight a semi decent one, he got hands put all over his ass in Cincinnati versus Emmanuel Augustus. I was live at that fight. I mean, he looked good at the end because he got the knockdown, but Emmanuel Augustus, that he was putting hands on him.
Yeah. So who you think he talking about? He said he trying to put a big fight together for him. So what names you think can be out there for him?
Man, I don't know, man. What they think is a big fight and what we think is a big fight is
Yeah.
totally different. But I'm gonna say Josecito Lopez.
Yeah. I like that too. I like him or Ugas.
I mean, Ugas too, right? They was on the Twitter stuff. Maybe that was Showtime making them start the cookie crumbs or whatever. But let me get to Trey in the Bay. She said to give it to Stone Bone. Stone Bone, talk to us. What up?
Yeah. Well, shit, I want to hear big fights for Boots too. That would be some good news. Listen, Ryan Garcia, I'm Mario. He arguing somehow that I don't see Canelo potential. Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya, no disrespect to Mexican men, he always find a young Mexican guy that supposedly look good and say this is the next me. Canelo was doing his own thing in Mexico before he even linked up with Oscar. Oscar didn't make Canelo. That's why Canelo always sons Oscar, because he know that you work for him, Oscar. You work for Canelo. It ain't the other way around why Ryan works for Oscar. You see he had to beg to get, was it 250,000? He was saying he was trying to get 25,000 more and they wouldn't give it to him.
His last two fights, he got 250, so I'm assuming he negotiated up to $250,000 because both last two fights, Fonseca and Duno, he made 250.
So it's like, now you talking about Mayweather trying to give you cash, your purse. Nah, man, like, I just can't say that this is the next Canelo. How we know this ain't the next Victor Ortiz? How we know this ain't one of these other Mexican guys, the other 10 guys that Oscar gave us?
That is true, because there was so much upside for Victor. We thought he was going to be a superstar, and then bloop, it didn't happen.
But
Victor Ortiz got more dog than Ryan. Ryan is more diva than Rick. Victor Ortiz didn't become that diva until a little while later. Ryan is already that. Victor Ortiz was at least a dog, and look at his resume. He was in there with some fights, and he fought Floyd. Ryan ain't even fought nobody, and we act like he's some big superstar that, come on, man, I don't see it. Tell him to talk on the phone. Tell him to hold the phone and tuck his chin. Look what Canelo do. Why you think Canelo got the short neck? Because he been tucking his neck fighting his whole life. That's why he ain't getting knocked out. He tucking his chin. Brian fights straight up. I'm seeing Amir Khan, fast hands, chin in the air, waiting to get knocked out. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one.
Listen. The point you made is that's
dropping
the best
bombs
point of
on
all.
you, man.
Listen to me, Victor Ortiz. You could bring him up, and that came at what kind of time in Golden Boy's life where there was no PBC, where everybody was together and they had different guys that they were promoting. The Golden Boy stable is very thin these days, okay, when it comes to stars. So they're not going to, put Ryan Garcia out there on a limb for a chopping block. Like, they're not going to do that. And you can't hold Ryan Garcia's feet to the flames because of that. Like, it's the same thing with Canelo. It's the same thing. And he might not be as good. And I'm not saying he isn't, but he's definitely one guy that has that potential more than others.
Yo, the fact that you don't see you're making excuses and call after call, like you're making... Look, you just said, they don't have a stable, so they can't take that risk. Like, Mario, all that means duck, man. Like, you can't say those things.
Okay, listen, I got you, but I want to tell you, though, okay, and I'm gonna tell you, you're not gonna be very happy.
Okay.
I'm gonna remember this. I'm gonna remember it very, very well, and I
En los libros
promise
de los
you,
recuerdos.
I promise you, my man. So
Yo,
the
we
difference
got
between us is I
callers, man.
like to think before I talk a lot of times, and I think like, okay, well, somebody might prove me wrong, but I'm okay with that because I can live and die on
Yo,
this sword.
Listen,
You
I told
don't
you,
like doing that.
I'm
I'm gonna tell
Keith
you, this is gonna come
Thurman.
back to bite you a lot quicker than you think. I'm just letting you know that.
I'm Keith Thurman, man. It's a race to 7. So what that means is my fight is per round. This show is 1 round. I just put them in the bank. You want to use what I said on this show against me on another show? Try. But remember, I always build my case per show. And this case,
Well, I will though.
This
I
case
will.
is airtight. I sent you. See, he doesn't want to tell you the truth, guys. I sent them all the purses. He can show you. Ryan's been making 25, 50, 30,000. Like, bro.
But nobody's saying that's my point though. Look,
No.
nobody's
Let me get to
saying
this
that-
caller.
that
I don't want your point. We don't want your point, Mario. You going in.
But I don't want the point that
Cinderella's
you've already
dancing.
made that has nothing to do with this.
But that's the thing. I'm already making the same point, but callers at least agree with me. No one's called in saying they agree with you, and our guests agree with me. Get someone on your side, please.
Somebody said you picking calls, huh?
Well,
he gave Stonebone like 17 minutes, and everybody else just getting cut. Nah, I'm playing.
Listen, we got another call, and I know it ain't gonna be for Mario. It ain't gonna be for Mario.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Did Block Talk shut down?
Talk
Yep,
to
it
us,
sure did.
Orlando, Florida. Majid, what up?
What up, man? Everybody need to like the video. Yeah, man. Shit on this topic. I mean, my bad with the cursing, but on this topic, I feel like it's junk gotta be a duck because you fight Rollie, you get the win, and then you get Javante. Even though they got their own path, you still ducking a good path to get to know the everything that you need. You know, so I think it's a duck, and then on top of that, on the back end, on the back call, I got the new one that you put up next. I got a whole bunch of footage showing they sparring rivalry. Oscar De La Hoya telling Ryan Garcia not to go to the Mayweather gym to do the doghouse boxing with Javante and all of that. You know, so they could have their own path, but they choosing to duck. You know, so ain't no way around it. You know, Mario gonna die on his sword, so you just gotta let him talk and ignore him. Right now, it's about defeating this. It ain't really about the topic. But that's all I got, man.
That's what I don't get. That's what I don't get. That's what I don't get. It shouldn't be
that's what I'm
about
saying,
getting
right?
a win on me.
To me, it's not even that. Like, no.
That's how
listen,
you do it, though.
It's not that at all. Listen, it wouldn't even be a thing. Like, if you made your point, I made my point, but that's not how you work. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta try to get everybody to agree with you. But I promise you, like, we could make. I mean, you let me pick the calls. You let me pick the calls that we make.
Bro, I
You
go
let
to
me bring some
everybody.
people
Stop
on.
it.
I promise you, people will be like,
Stop
"What?
it. Stop
you think
it.
that he logically would go to
Bruh.
fight Rollie? You really think that that's possible? That's the dumb stuff.
Come
you know
on.
what I mean?
What
So,
are
like,
you doing right now? Yo, this is proof that you just want to be against me because if you went to the calls, how would it be different? Who didn't I go to? Who am I withholding?
That's not. I'm sorry. I misspoke. I'm sorry. What I meant to say is that if you let me pick like who we bring on right now, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could find people that would feel similar to me.
Where?
He said where? On Earth.
No, but Alex,
listen,
wait. He can literally see the callers on Blog Talk, right? And how I'm not ignoring anyone on Skype.
No. Listen to me. I that was a joke. I was making a joke.
What
bro.
he means
Like,
is that
please
based
don't-
on whatever
Yeah, I
callers
wasn't
just
saying
called,
you were
he
really
could probably get some guys to agree with him too. Obviously,
That's
we
exactly
have
what
a
I'm trying
certain amount of callers
Thank
that
you.
we've taken off, but there's plenty of other people he believes that also would look to his point and agree to it.
Yeah, so they just didn't call
Yeah,
in. They just didn't call in, huh? And I guess I didn't schedule Rob
You scared
Brandt.
him away, bro.
I
You
guess I
scared him
didn't
all away
schedule
the last
Rob
3
Brandt
years.
days ago either. Like, he trying to make it like I sandbagged him with the Rob Brandt guest.
I didn't think you. I'm not. But that's
He
what,
said you was leading
I told you I was joking. I was joking when I said that.
He the one said, Rob, I want to introduce you to today's topic, thinking he was gonna get a win.
Bro, I said that. Like, you're not even lit. Yes, you need to start listening
You
to
know
us
what it
when
was
we
though,
talk.
Mario? It was different perspectives we got too. We got fighters' perspective. We got
Definitely.
We got the business perspective from
Ain't
you guys.
nobody agree with Mario's perspective. Nobody.
We got the people's hardcore fan perspective, which is like whatever happened to being great, whatever happened to fucking excuse my language, God.
No,
See, this
I
is
know,
how
it's
emotional
over.
this topic.
It's
topic
tough
got
when you,
so.
yeah, it's tough when you.
But it's like you can paint this picture both ways. But the ultimate picture, right? Which I always go back to being a fan, is like, I just want to see the fights. I don't care about your plans. I want to see good fights made now. So
and Rollie's a good fight.
And Rollie's it's not that it's a good fight. Ooh, we're gonna get a great fight out of that. We're gonna get entertained.
It is a good fight because it's better than Romero Duno and Francisco Fonseca. But let me go to these callers, man. That's all. That's the thing. Like, he's like, oh, who's Rollie? But who the hell's Duno and Romero and whoever those other weirdos? You know what I mean?
The type of fighters that you fight when you're on the path that young man is on.
Again,
not better than
look. Again, more words saying that Rollie is risk.
He's a bad risk to reward ratio. Absolutely. I said that from the beginning.
How?
Let me clear that up so that you guys don't go around in circles.
Okay, go for it.
It's not so much about he's a risk or I'm ducking him because I feel like he can beat me. No, what I'm saying is that we're in the sport of boxing. The kid's not a slouch either. We're not gonna call him only because we don't agree that Romero is that next guy doesn't mean we call him a slouch. He's not a slouch. Is he a threat in the ring? Yes, he's a threat in the ring. He's a young fighter. He's undefeated. He has a brutal style. We're not saying anything about that. What I'm saying is this is a sport of boxing. You're dealing with millions of dollars. It could happen. You can get knocked out. You can get put out. Mike Tyson got knocked out. Like, you get what I'm saying? The risk is in that same thing that happened with Wilder and Joshua fight. We waited. Routes went another way. And we didn't get that fight. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, why risk it if I already have a trajectory? Golden Boy already told me, okay, this is the guy you're going to fight. You're going to fight Linares. We're going to get this guy. We're going to do it the way we always been doing it because this. Why are we going to break something that's been working for a long time? You know?
But let Ness tell it.
You do understand that why means the excuse. And you do understand that he keeps saying, oh, the risk versus reward. The reward is there. There's more than enough reward. Floyd is not only offering you the bonus, he's offering you the title shot and the pay-per-view. The reward is there. Mario's just lying. We got to move on, man. We can't do this. Kareem, talk to us in Florida.
El gran campeón puertorriqueño, this is Felix, Víctor Trinidad.
You got any excuses tonight, Roy? Let's not ask questions like that. Let's touch gloves and go to work. Let's go to work.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yep.
Well, I'm pretty sure you just called me Kareem. I don't know where you got that from, Ness. Oh, you came up with that one on the fly, huh?
This is what this discussion is causing. It's causing for lack of recall.
It's Will King, that's right.
Yeah, he just made something
it's Mario,
up.
Man. It's Mario, man.
Mario threw everything. Nah, yo,
they blaming Mario for everything.
Right.
Mario with the feint. That's the feint got me off.
That's because I got him on the ropes.
Mario threw in basketball, baseball, and all types of shit.
Oh, crazy, man. I really don't got too much on the topic, man. I mean, as far as Ryan fighting Rollie, I mean, if I was him, I'd fight Linares over Rollie. But, you know, I mean, the scenario being put in the sense that, oh, you fight Rollie, then I give you Tank if you beat him. That's a little different. That, to me, sounds a little more enticing if I was him, because you get that. He running around here talking all that, I want Tank, and he talking all reckless. Well, here's your path, right? Here's the trail to get to where you want to go. You know what I mean? Is you gonna take it or not? So I don't know. If I was him, I you know, maybe I would take that Rollie fight, but I don't know, man. That's a tough decision. But yeah, man, good show, man.
Yo, it's funny that he said he didn't have much to add, but yet he said like two of the most clearest points that I could think of, because it takes us back like this. We differ at one big spot. And this is what's causing this whole debate between us, Ness, is that you think that Rollie is a better fighter and more dangerous and comes with more acclaim than Linares does. And I think that that's the craziest thing I've ever heard. One of the craziest things I've ever heard you say.
See, guys, that's where he's trying to be a rapper again. You see, because he's clever at rapping. So he's like, you think, and he runs down this list, and then at the end he slides in his lie. He's like, acclaim. No.
What did I lie
No. You threw in a claim. You threw in a claim. No. No, I don't think Rollie brings the same acclaim as Linares. But everything else, yes, the F he does.
Oh, so Romero beats Linares. Oh, shit.
That's what he's
Yo,
saying.
hey, listen to me. I promise
Damn,
you.
I didn't know you was that high on Rollie.
Listen, I didn't even say that. That's not what I just said, but I will back that. I didn't say that.
You said that earlier in the show.
I didn't say that, but I will back that, and I will go a step further. Romero knocks Linares out, bro. Listen, Doomy, you got to watch the fight. You ain't watched Linares.
I've been big on Rollie for a long time.
No, forget Rollie. Forget Rollie. Forget Rollie. Watch Linares.
Oh, in his last fight?
No, his career. His career. Bro, he hasn't beat anyone, and he loses to people he's supposed to beat. That's what I said. That's what I'm saying. This is a 3-hour show for no reason. Linares is the favorite and loses as the favorite three times.
I can't help but to go back to the Linares Vasily Lomachenko fight and try to make some type of sense in comparing Romero in an imaginary fight in my mind, going against Vasil and doing better or beating him.
My God. My God.
I can't do this with you no
help
more,
me,
bro.
help me, Doomy. Tell me one other fight that you think is competitive, right? One other, just say one right now off the top of your head. One other fight that you think is competitive where a guy has lost 3 times as the favorite, and you still want to see him. Go ahead. He was the favorite 3 times, got upset 3 times, and you talking about you still want to see him right now. Go ahead, tell me who.
You speak. So okay, so we're throwing a little dirt on Linares.
So, okay, well then why don't you give me, how about this? I'll come back tomorrow and I'll give you a list of all of the guys that were supposed to be world beaters that ended up not making it. Because right now, Rollie's in a situation where he can't even say he's lost to the guys that Linares is lost to. Like, he can't even say that much. And you got him over Linares. Bro, you train, dog. Like you actually fight. Like, we watched your fight last night and everything. Like, we treated you like the man, and then you're coming in here disrespecting fighters the way you are. Like, you might as well start using the bum word again, bro.
No,
like,
he did. It's all over the episode.
I
Bro,
did.
What he's saying.
I did. It's in the chat.
Bro. Like,
it's in the chat.
Damn, bro.
It's in the chat. Linares is a bum.
I'm surprised.
I said it. He said it. That's cool, bro.
I said it.
That is cool.
I said
that
it.
That is cool.
Linares versus Romero.
He gets knocked out. Doomy, is that you again, I gotta talk to fighters, bro. I gotta talk to fighters. You guys are not looking at this subjectively, man. We talking about a dude that's been the favorite 3 times and got upset 3 times.
Against a dude who hasn't stepped up at all yet.
He's literally Amir Khan. And that's the thing. And that's the thing. I have the same disdain towards Amir, and there's people like Mario and others that still think Amir is good. But that's what I'm saying. How could you be good being the favorite and continuously losing in fights that
you said the smartest thing. I'm sorry, go ahead.
In fights that we're putting you in to win. We literally gave Linares a tune-up because HBO invested so much money. They came in there saying, yo, he signed with Tekken and he's trained by Freddy and he's gonna be the next golden boy. Actually, his name is Niño de Oro. And then DeMarco beats the shit out of him for $60,000. They bring him right back versus a Mexican that no one ever heard of. And the only thing cool to say on TV about him is, hey, his name is Yayo. His nickname is Yayo. Sounds like a cocaine guy. That's it. And what does he do? The tune-up knocks him out. Not beats him, knocks him out. Come on, guys. Like, stop it. And you're talking about, oh, no, Linares is the better fight? Like, his biggest win is Corolla. And who did Corolla ever beat? Michael Katsidis, maybe? I don't even got BoxRec pulled up, but this is what I know.
would be willing to bet that it's better than anybody that Rollie's fought to this point.
You know what we gotta do?
And this
We
is
gotta
the
do.
truth.
We gotta.
You want to play the
points
resume
squashed
game?
every
So
time.
listen. We play the resume game with Rollie and Ryan when we argue Earl, and I play the resume game with Crawford. It never works. Why does it work? Why does it work here? You know what I'm saying?
I think we got to bring back Eddie Reynoso back. Maybe get a coach's perspective, because again, like I can't get mad at Ryan for not taking the fight, because at the end of the day, you got to plan, you know. And when you're in camp, you got to plan, and you got developments that are going on and all the other stuff. So whether or not you think he's ducking or not, obviously, if they're not taking the fight, there's advice being given to this young man, you know, all across the board, whether it be in the business and also in the fighting. But if I'm going to take a look at it from the fighting, I'm going to make sure that you don't defer from the plan, even if it's like an amazing offer and it seems like the golden apple right there, you know, freshly to get picked from the tree. But maybe that golden apple could be your poison. Now, whether we believe he wins or not, that's up to the camp. Somebody like Eddie would probably give us a better insight onto what that is, even if it's a joke. He might think it's a joke. So, be cool to reach out to Eddie, man, and get more of a perspective on it, because ducking is strong, you know, ducking.
That's exactly the best way to put it. That word's too strong. I mean, you're talking about he's ducking.
Listen, we can't
prospect for.
We can't choose the words. That's the thing.
Like,
you see,
I can't ride with that.
We have to start doing the shows based on what they are. Like, we can't choose the words. Floyd is saying he's ducking, not Nesta Gibbs. I'm debating whether Floyd is right or not. So we can't
so this
say.
Is not your point of view?
Floyd is the one saying stop ducking
you've been
Rollie.
arguing this whole point very passionately. I thought that you felt
no
like
shit, right?
All of a sudden now you flip the switch on us right now.
I don't think he understands
my friend, I'm presenting all the facts. I agree. But this is Floyd calling him out. I presented all the facts. I tried everything. I checked the money.
But you agree that he's ducking, right?
Of absolutely. When you're being
it's
offered,
also your point of view.
When you're being offered, no, Floyd interjected this into the life.
It doesn't make it your point of view.
All we're doing is debating
protecting abortions, but I'm still pro.
It's not my It's not my point of view, Mario. This is a debate show. I'm just here to win a debate. That's it. It's not my point of view. I'm just here to win a debate. That's it. And I'm debating that Floyd is correct. That's it.
And I'm debating that he's wrong.
Okay.
And you kept us on here for 2 extra hours so that we would just want to have.
Not you, Mario. Mario, it's funny that you're saying when it's really you. All the callers.
Go back 2 hours. Mario, I said let's not go in circles.
But
you can't help yourself. I get it.
I know I can't. I can't because I can't believe it. I was like, to me, this is why I keep accusing you of doing it, you know, purposely. Because I can't believe that you don't see logic. Every single caller sees logic. All the facts are in black and white. The purses are there. The money is there. You admit that it would be a pay-per-view. You know that nobody's ever fought for a world title with a pay-per-view. It's Floyd. A fighter comes on and says, you can't pay for that level of promote. Like, everything stacks against you and you won't just bow down. That's why we're still here.
That's my point.
That's why we're still here.
Because
you are wrong and don't want to say
like you want to keep tripping. Like, listen, do you want me to start counting how many times I thought you were insane? How many times you said some dumb stuff? Like, dumb stuff that was like, what the hell is this dude talking about? I could keep talking about it. I could go boxing and tell you how many dudes you picked against and how many dudes you said weren't the real ones. You know what I'm saying? And that list could keep going. Like, all I'm saying is I didn't keep you around until you saw the light. I'll let you do it on your own. You know what I'm saying? And so what I'm trying to tell you is that I don't think that it's a duck based on the fact that Ryan Garcia don't need that. He doesn't need it. And at the end of the day, my man Joseph said it perfectly. Like, where's even the contract? Where did Ryan say no? Like, all these things are just assumptions. So if we're saying why wouldn't he take
Not
the fight
assumption.
again, that's not my point
Not
of view.
assumption. I keep telling you, Ryan came out on his Twitter and said, "I'll fight him for $1 million bonus."
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah, my
again,
bad.
that's why I presented all the information.
But that was.
Listen, we tell other fighters if they price themselves out, it's a duck. So Ryan is ducking. But look, it's okay. You don't want to admit it. People will hear it. Everyone else has said it. They called in. It's fine. It's whatever.
I mean, I wish you would have said that an hour and a half ago.
Antonio, man, Sony. I love to talk. I'm gonna stay here.
No, I know. Listen.
We actually did an
better.
outro, and then I was like, "Oh shit, I forgot my boomerangers." And we went for another half an hour.
Yeah,
I'm goody.
I've been doing this long enough. Listen, I know you, and I know when it's my fault because you know what I'm saying? So, no, I'm not blaming only you. I'm not saying it's all on you. I'm just saying I did say it 2 hours ago.
Sony, I listen, I like to try and not leave my friends behind. So I know you keep thinking you're right, and I'm trying to bring you. I'm trying to bring you, man. I don't want, the wrath of God to come and you're left behind. I'm trying to bring you with us. Sony, you ready? Driving a motorcycle?
Hey, yo, good morning, TBV. What's good?
What up?
Morning.
Hey, nothing much. Hey, Mario, if this will give you a little bit of comfort, at the beginning of your argument, I was totally with you because when it was like, I'm like, man, who the fuck is this Rollie guy trying to step up to Garcia? I mean, like, what is that about? So I was with you. But that is the power of persuasion. I'm telling you, over the course of the show, not only Ness, but over the course of the show, my attitude done turned around because then I started to look at it like, only difference between Rollie and Garcia is that Garcia just had a bigger spotlight on him. But if you look at their actual resume, then I totally hear what Ness is trying to say. And Floyd, based off what he was just saying recently about fighters fighting fighters and stop chasing fucking Pacquiao, then it totally makes sense where Ness is coming from, what the course of the show. But if it gives you a little comfort, I was with you in the beginning, bro. I really was. Peace.
Yo, what Toretto say, Doomy? Doesn't matter if you win by an inch or
by a mile.
He said Toretto.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
you
wait.
went Fast and the
Talking
Furious
about
Vin Diesel on.
Yeah, baby, Toretto. That's it. That's everybody now. Damn, sad to see you guys go.
That does give me a little comfort because what I realize now is I should have just kept this about Linares. Like, you can't duck somebody for somebody who's thought of to be tougher.
That's
like,
still a bad angle, Mario.
It's a bad angle for you. And if I'm not getting certain aspects of this debate, you're not getting that.
So you think Linares presents more of a challenge?
This second, right now, 100% no question. I think that we can go ahead and go through the Rolodex.
You think I'm trolling, Doomy? Mark my words. Mark my words, and I'm going to bet on that fight.
I'll tell you what.
Ryan Garcia stops him.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what we can bet on.
TKO, not flat. TKO. Listen to me, bro. You have to watch the fights, bro. You not understand like that. I cannot believe that shit is not seeping in either one of y'all head. What do you understand? It's even impossible. Like I think not even because we just established that Maidana was the favorite in the Victor Ortiz. Bro, you know how hard it is to be the favorite 3 times and lose in your career, bro? You're crazy, man. I don't got to be watching boxing consistently for 30 years to know that is hard to do. That's hard to do. Be the favorite 3 times and lose. And I bet you if I go through, he's lost 5. I know he wasn't the favorite in the Vasil fight. Who's the 4th one I'm missing? I bet you he was the favorite there and lost 2.
Bro, but like that's look, my only point is that there's no saying that Rollie were to beat any fighter that he's lost to. Like, what are you talking about? Like, this is all assumptions, and you talk about it like it's the word of God. Like, you need to chill on that. But I will make you this bet. Let's make this bet. The next 10 guests that we get, we ask him the question, who is the better win, Rollie versus Linares? And if I don't win 9-1, you know what? I'll give you 10-0. If I don't win 10-0, you win the bet. I got to sweep you. And let's make that bet, because that's how confident I am that the people that actually do this thing would listen to that and say, you want to crown a kid who hasn't done anything yet against the dude who's at least been in the ring with guys.
Yo,
win
check
or
this
loss,
out.
he's been in the ring. Like, I promise you lose that.
This
bet.
dude's only.
But I'm starving too, though.
Hey, Alex.
Bro, I'm so hungry.
Out of the 5 losses that are all knockout losses, he's only been the underdog once, and that's versus Vasil. Everyone else that he fought, he was the favorite. Everyone else, hometown advantage and everything. He took his first loss to Juan Carlos Segura. He brought my man to Japan, and everyone know he signed the Tekken and he's been fighting in Japan all his life.
I mean, you're not making any different points than you've been making the last hour. Like, you keep telling me, like,
I just
stop
want
going
you.
over it.
I
But
just
bruh,
want you to
like,
stop, man.
You have 3 points that
Stop.
make any sense.
Stop.
And Rollie being better than Linares is definitely not one of them.
That's one of them.
all.
Linares is done, bro. He is done. And this version
I'm not saying
of
he
him.
ain't. He's on his way out.
Yeah, he's on his
So
way
how
out.
is he a
That's not
better
the
fight?
question.
So how is he a better fight?
He's
How?
on his way out, but he's not a damaged, like.
He's not done. He
may have a paper
I'm
mache
out.
face nest.
I'm done.
He's
I'm
not
done.
scraping him off
Bye.
the pavement.
Bye.
All right, peace.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let
Bye.
go of my ego, man.
You guys are crazy, bro.